This is some love.
Ask him what you want. Boom. I'll let you talk to him.
Peace, y'all. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. We are getting everything set up now, but I am so excited and so grateful for everyone who is joining for the live album listening party for the Sharecropper's Daughter, birth circa 2020, but premiering today on October 2nd. And I'm just so excited that this labor of love is finally here and present, and you guys are absorbing it and have a chance to listen to the music, my story, and everything that comes along with that. So, I want to give you a little bit of background behind the album. Produced by Soul Messiah. What up, what up? One song produced by Emergence. And with, if you haven't heard it, you should have heard it by now. You should have ran to YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Spotify and all the streaming platforms and Apple iTunes and got it yet. And if you haven't ordered that, if you didn't pre-order it, hopefully you have ordered it and it's on the way, or you've already gotten a chance to listen to it. But the album really is, it's a more personal, album for me. And it's called The Sharecropper's Daughter because my father was literally born and partially raised on a sharecropping farm in Virginia. And, his experience kind of shaped and framed who I am today. So in kind of mining through like myself and my experiences and my history to figure out who I am and who, I had become on this journey, I started with him. And so this album kind of parallels these seemingly like widely divergent stories of my experience growing up in the 90s and during the crack era of DC, and his, which are really just all too unfortunately familiar experiences of blackness in America. And secondly, it's about inheritance. The album is about inheritance. And when we think about inheritance, we think about, trust funds. We think about gold, jewelry, valuable, heirlooms. And I wanted to talk about a different kind of inheritance, that genetic transfer of pain and sorrow and experience that we unknowingly bestow upon our heirs. Just because we haven't explored how those things have affected us, and we unknowingly pass it on, and we carry this weight, and it becomes compounded and enmeshed with our own weight that we burdened ourselves with through our experiences in our journey. And this album is a testament to how kind of mining through that, excavating all of that, that pain and that trauma and that history, we find the valuable things within that, almost like alchemy. We through exploring it, we gain the ability to transfer or transmute trauma into triumph. And you can see with the progression of the album, I start from a place of just uncertainty. I start from a place of anger and outrage. And as the album goes on and you become more familiar with my story, it progresses into a story of just survival, and not just survival, but triumph and thriving, So at the end of it, I found my foundation, and I'm still finding my foundation and my footing. But it's about finding that value through your story and reframing your narrative and your future in your own truth. So anyway, I'm glad you are here joining us. We got a fun show for y'all today. No, just kidding. But no, it's going to be dope. Like, I look forward to, like, answering your questions. I look forward to just talking about the album. I look forward to, we have some special guests who are going to be calling in with us. But most of all, we're just going to be going through the songs, going through the music, and giving you a more in-depth look into what the album is, you know, what went behind the making of the album and the thought process, you know? So we can get started if we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So the first song is called Emergence, with an emphasis on the letter E, the final letter E. It symbolizes emergency or a sense of urgency, because I want to be heard on this first track. You know, I'm screaming to be heard. I'm screaming to be felt and present. And I felt that Saul Williams would be perfect to add that gravity that I wanted to, you know, add to the introduction. You know, his deep kind of resonant voice would lend that kind of emotion to the intro. And it's really contrasted with my own energy on the track. But this is Emergence or Emergency.
Shaped by darkness as much as light, descendant of the sharecropper's plight, from can't see in the morning to can't see at night, to second sight, with the wherewithal to fight, an exercise of excision, excavation, exorcism, to heal the spirit and reveal the prism beyond the prison, groomed by addiction, tuned by a vision, one woman, one mission.
Follow me. I am the wildest dreams of rebels and kings. Incredible odds, I battle in one to circle the sun and settle it, red of a fiend. Daughter of dust, struts to the rocks to taste some revenue streams. My family's familiar with crops, but they ain't accustomed to none of the cream. The funniest thing, spent the first 2 of my years unable to scream, cause I was born wrapped in ancient pain, the kind that needed to clean. We went from slaving farms to Reaganomics, hell of a swing. A different world, but same old target, backs embellished with rings. Niggas, never, niggas, clever, needles, turn to needles, ever. Brown girl with a thin skin. They said I'd never make it this far. That was the devil, baby, this God. I'm one of heaven's favorite sister. Brown girl with a thin skin. They said I'd never make it this far. That was the devil, baby, this God. I'm one of heaven's favorite sister. Look at me now, 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 look at me now. Now, 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 now.
In the schedule. So that was Emergence. I'm sure you could just hear the energy at the end. I'm just like kind of screaming, look at me now, you know, our erasure has for so long been both micro and macro aggression towards us. And this song just, or this intro track just really screams a sentiment of asserting our visibility, our presence, our voice within the narrative of this country, within the narrative of the world. So I'm screaming, like, look at me now, like, to just set the stage for this often forgotten history, you know, forgotten story that I want to be told. So that is Emergency. The second one, the next track is really, y'all know I like to go bar crazy, right? I like to go bar crazy. I like to assert my lyrical dominance on the mic. And Soul Messiah, he created this track, you know, really heavy drums. Like, that's the type of stuff I like, because I like to just, you know, go off. I love just that MC shit, like, where I can just talk my shit. I can just really just, you know, be real super lyrical. So the song is about that, you know, it's just MCing for MCing's sake, you know, super high energy. I've performed this song a couple of times and everybody goes crazy, and it's dope. So this is Gold Leaf. Turning the whole sheet to gold leaf.
woman of steel, as embroidered on a lapel. Superhero with these expressions ejected from out the grill. Nah, I ain't me. Like Muslimish is on the theme. From sun up to sundown, I'm praying on your regime. It's a theme. An A storyline, I'm supreme. Got the royal bloodline and my two beings. Ryan King. They say I'm Thor like the Philly boys. Hit the city, called PD will make them go ring. See they crack under the pressure, I'm stacking up. With a passionate display on my vernacular. I'm like the Loch Ness, making appearance, give people access and dip and leave. Legend like an accuracy, this orifice got my course rather meteoric. You can catch me with the Moorish holding court in my Diodorus. One note of my voice, get them boys trying to flee the voice like I'm Darth. These kind of bars leave y'all amygdala scorched. Was pop. Why not? Cause shorty fire my God, and I ain't know to make him his fly pilot. Whole team got the shine on beam, high wise, turn the whole sheet in the gold leaf. My God, that's a vibe. Hold up. Well, maybe. Just catch the vibe. Roll up. We waiting. The last bone from out the asphalt in city dust. Now my life look like it was cast from the cinemas. I'm teaching class for the mass, rapping literally chef my rivals gasp when they glance at my city bus. I be spitting mad plus a fraction of literature. F with both subjects, so I guess I'm polygamous. Beauty and the beast told me please don't bring the beef, baby doll. When I'm piece of I'm upset, then I'm hideous. These double X's got me extra saucy. See red thinking with that golden green like Selassie. Cause everybody jumping on my space age philosophy. My tapes got them hopping out the matrix like Ferraris, but I'm the modern day, I'm aerobic. In my involvement, can civilize a salvage in 80 bars, that's why there's a following in every quadrant. Cause rock is cooking something lovely in the call. Why not? Cause shorty fire my God, and I ain't know to make him his fly pilot. Whole team got the shine on beam, high wise, turn the whole sheet in the gold leaf. My God, that's a vibe. Hold up. Well, maybe. Just catch the vibe. Roll up. We waiting. I am the living, breathing word of God, like the Bhagavad, derived from the Wadabi tribe. Listen, all my earliest written texts, you can find them in the desert on the scroll of ancient papyri, Egyptian. My code different from the status quo. I got UFOs hitting my genetic catacombs. Me and my shit run up on your pulpit, spitting oceans with liquid gold dripping from the mandibles. I'm a star seed out the far east, off the deep end, like a beacon, lighten up your face with my ink pen. Found the apex, secure my place like I'm Seaton. Got your basement all out of shape, tetrahedron. Lord, these kind of gems they can't afford, so they get counterfeit MCs to fill a man and void. Came to break the chain with 24K of my anecdotes. Now I got the whole planet surveying from my vantage point. Bird's eye. Why not? Cause shorty fire my God, and I ain't know to make him his fly pilot. Whole team got the shine on beam, high wise, turn the whole sheet in the gold leaf. My God, that's a vibe. Hold up. Well, maybe. Just catch the vibe. Roll up. We waiting.
Yep. That was Gold Leaf. I love performing that song. When I first started performing that song, I've only done it a couple times. But that's a super high energy song and it's super fun. So when I come to a city near you, when everything opens back up, I can't wait to rock with y'all with that one. This next one is called Rockwell's America. And this is the joint I did with Styles P. And a little bit of background behind this one. The music is real, like, kind of gritty and real, I feel like, earnest. This song, I call it Rockwell's America because, you know, if you're familiar with the artist Norman Rockwell, he portrayed, like, he had all these artistic portrayals of American life, Americana life. And often, you know, they were of white people, white Americans. And there were almost these idyllic images of America. And Rockwell's America, I removed the K because this is from my perspective, is a really kind of harsh truth to what my experience as a Black person living in America was like, one that often isn't depicted through imagery or wasn't depicted through artistic images at the time. So I named it Rockwell America, and we ended up reaching out to Styles P. We connected with Styles P because, I don't know if y'all know, but I am a vegan, And I'm affiliated with the organization called Hip Hop is Green, and Styles P is as well, where we use hip hop to raise awareness about plant-based eating, and we educate like people at schools and things like that. So we were on a panel in Seattle, and I met him, chopped it up, we hit it off, and I thought of him for this song because Styles P is known as being like a storyteller, talking about his experience on the streets and in the hood and everything. So I felt that he would be a perfect addition to this. And this story this song is a salute to like all the boys and girls who grew up in this that hadn't heard their story told in this way. It's a support for them. It's upliftment of them. So here we go. Rockwell's America.
This is a portrait of America that Norman couldn't master, but crack Rockwell suited for the capture. Whole hood hostage to that white in the glass, but because the prison's black, it wasn't labeled a disaster. Too hard not to internalize, so I keep burning in this personal hell till the inferno dies. Government feeding us bullshit instead of truth, giving birth to a dishonest nation we call it fertilized. We had a house kept getting robbed. Remember the night daddy brought the pistol out to end the men involved. And 5-0 came to graces with their presence 2 hours after mom Dukes sent the call. And who was I? Youngest sider from the Zulu tribe, trying to breed love from hate like the bluest side. Too many friends long lost to this useless cycle. I guess that's the revolutionary suicide. Here we save me, Paul had a hand me made. Proud of humble beginners, but hungry for domination. I'm an abomination, the X they can't solve. Smoking revolver, ghost of a mama, rolling through up a marble. And all of us are struggling is to get by. And that reflection is eternal, Talib gave us what's to live by. But all we wanna do is get high. Kept on one hitter up that indica, hitting up my mid-thigh. Building with the guys, about the 120. Hit the rosters up with the change from my lunch money. Cop a final call from the NOI. Try to figure out how to stay up when the Missy seemed to love our company. But we made it through the hurricane. That's why I'm quick to speak the truth, but I'm careful not to hurry frame. Cause even though I came a long way, I owe less to the struggles where I am than to the tragedy from where I came.
Sa-Roc, so Messiah, SV the Ghost. I am Malcolm and Mandela from the concrete jungle with knowledge of sand dwellers. Shout to the sisters, smoking while I listen to the ancestors whisper. Fight for your freedom and your rights cause you need them. And it's the tech age so your life gets deleted if your safe ain't complete. If you ain't complete, you ain't elite. If your little brother's hungry to tell me how could you eat? It's one for all for one. Brand Nubians, light up a doobie, give me a gun. I've been watching the news, I've been feeling the blues. You could get killed by the boys wearing the blue. And I don't mean the Crips, I'm talking about the cops on the strip. See the ops and your options to dip. It shouldn't have to be like that. Hard to survive, third eye, can't see like that. Ghosts, to my black bro and black sis. Keep your black thought and black fists. Yeah, I'm always on some black shit. Probably got me on they blacklist. I'm willing to die for these black kids. Are you willing to die for these black kids? We gotta survive for these black kids. We gotta be wise for these black kids. Yeah.
That is it. That is Rockwell's America right there. I think it speaks for itself, for sure. So I want to get into some questions. If anybody has any questions, let me look through these questions. What y'all saying? I don't see a whole bunch of questions.
What kind of tea?
I am currently drinking chamomile tea, chamomile and peach tea. Someone asked, was this track produced by Soul? Yes, this track, all the tracks were produced by Soul Messiah. The only track that wasn't was Deliverance, which we will be playing later on. Yeah, Styles P is plant-based. He calls himself plant-based. And he owns several juice bars in New York. Really, really, he's doing some really, really dope stuff, raising awareness about health in the community. The Bluest Eye. Yes, The Bluest Eye is an incredible book. Toni Morrison is one of my favorite of all time authors. And she inspires me to write. Like, I'm inspired by a lot of hip hop artists, you know, Black Thought and Pharoah Monch and Lauryn Hill and KRS-One. But I'm equally as inspired by like writers. And Toni Morrison, you know, her commitment to writing, her commitment to telling the stories that she wanted to tell, you know, very specifically Black stories, was a beautiful thing. And then like her time spent as editor and her time spent like making sure that other Black artists were heard, poets, writers, activists were heard through, you know, her publishing platforms were, you know, was a really beautiful thing. So yeah, I reference Toni a lot, you know, I honor her a lot. I'm inspired by her a lot, you know, as well as many other artists and writers, Maya Angelou, Octavia Butler, all my faves. Let's see. Any other questions or we good? I'm burning some Copal right now. Really just kind of clearing the energy, centering the energy. So, you know, there's good vibes all around. I'm mad. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that this is here. I really want it to be received well. I really want people to get the message. You know what I'm saying? I want people to understand the message because it really is important for us now, you know, as we navigate like this kind of through this world that is so challenging and uncertain, for us to be able to self-reflect, for us to be able to dive into those dark spaces within ourselves to find that light, to find our inner power and strength. So
Ali asked you a question.
my brother Ali says, how does it feel to know that as much as we all love and stand in awe of you, that most people won't catch all the levels of meaning in your joints? You know what's funny? I love you too. Love you, brother. You know what's funny is I've just recently started doing like little breakdowns of my lyrics. I did something for Genius, and then I do stuff on my own too. But I think that that's a part of like the beauty of it. Like, it's like unwrapping a gift, you know. It's like those Russian dolls, those nesting dolls or whatever, like finding more and more every time you like unveil one or pull up another one. You know, and that's what art is. I think we have to remember that that's what art is. It's you see something new every time you look at it. You hear something new every time you listen to it. And I love that. Like, I love having a lot of hidden gems. I love writing about things that, you know, might inspire people to look it up and, you know, or discover another artist or writer. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a really beautiful thing. I think that's the beauty of writing, a beauty of really displaying the words in their highest possible form, you know? So my favorite song off the album? Whoa. I can't choose between my babies. Rose AA2. My favorite song, gosh. Honestly, I really do love them all, but I would have to say Forever. I mean, I know that sounds obvious or whatever, but that song has been speaks to some of my hardest challenges growing up and journeying through this life. And it's so important for me even now. And hearing how it has affected so many people, you know, just speaking to the importance of finding your light, you know, not needing validation from outside sources, understanding you're beautiful and perfect just the way that you are, just the way that you came to this planet. It's so necessary. So I would say that Forever definitely is my favorite joint.
Cool, Mac.
Who created the video concept for Forever? Me. I did. I know I went to the place that we shot the outdoor footage was this place called Providence Canyons that I had shot an independent film at some years back. And I was like, when I saw how beautiful that place was, I was like, I have got to go here. This is like the little baby Grand Canyon. And so I knew I wanted to connect to nature because the song is all about kind of peeling back the layers and facing your natural self and loving your natural self. And it was such raw, natural beauty. So I knew I wanted to shoot it there. So that was, the idea behind that. And then I also knew that I wanted to showcase all of these, beautiful women, all sizes, all complexions, and just show them in their barest form, their most natural form, in that white, that pure, purest kind of like stripped down form. And super simple, but, I think very profound. I love that video. Tommy Nova directed that, did the camera work, and then Gates, he worked with him as well, doing some of the DPing with that.
How long did it take you to create this album, Demigod?
I feel like with the songs that we have.
Question.
Oh, how long did it take to create this masterpiece? Well, thank you for calling it a masterpiece. I appreciate that. This is from Cool Mac.
No, this is Demigod.
This is from Demigod Muscle. Oh, that's the homie from across the pond. I would probably say maybe 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, because it was a editing process. We left a lot of things on the cutting room floor. There was a lot of songs that we loved that didn't make it on the album. So there was a lot to go into it. There was a lot to consider to make something that was concise, to make something that like aptly reflected who I was as an artist, who I was as a person, that told the story the way I needed it to be told. And plus this was my premiere album, after having signed with Rhymesayers, and I needed this joint to be like right. So yeah, 2.5 to 3 years.
The original, who would be on your ideal tour? Who would it be?
The original, who would be on my ideal tour and where would it be? Whoa. That's hard. I would have to say a dope tour would probably be like Sample the Great, Dynasty, Rhapsody, Lyric Jones. Who else? Tobe. That would be a dope. Who else? So many people. I like so many people. There are so many artists who I really love what they're doing right now. And where would it be? I've been dying to go to Africa and tour in Africa, so we would have to kick it off right in the motherland. All right. So we're gonna hold some more of these questions and continue with the listening. This next joint is called Hand of God. And Hand of God is really me essentially taking an oath to my own integrity and authenticity. I'm not only speaking to myself.
Something real, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. The next joint is called Something Real. Excuse me. The next joint is called Something Real. Hand of God is next. But Something Real is dope. So Masai used the same sample that Alicia Keys used on You Don't Know My Name. So it just like brings up like this familiarity, this kind of vintage feel, which is really dope. But the song Something Real is just me like telling you who I am as an MC. I'm not here to get caught up in the games of celebrity. I'm not here to put on this like air of artifice. I'm here to give you something rare and refreshing and honest. And something real. We don't have to have all the, I know that we out here trying to get our bag and get the coin and all that, but I want to have real conversations about love and life and evolution and all of that. So I want to talk about and I want to give you something real.
I'm not your typical rap chick, I'm pick of the litter. The the kind that pick up a mic and become mythical figure. My spitter flood every station with a flick of the spigot. Then I turn my back on the nation with a sickening pivot. This isn't a litany about titties or sexual proclivities. I'm more widely known for my hippocampus and hips and thighs. Cause when my blues hit the canvas, another Gibson cries. And I embrace every rift and escape before the lipstick dries. I never surmise a bedside contender my drive. Wrapped up to prosecute hip-hop offenders, I pride my destiny out of the hands of the types. 10% of men of vice became an instrumental light. Now who gon' have the guts to challenge that? Cause you know this the greatest show and every line's a freaking balance act. Media circus will feature the surface and hide the depths. Keep society drugged up, embracing side effects.
If you
My
could
God,
feel just what I feel, my love, maybe we can shit and build about love. It's just dollar bills, my love. I know it's a daily hustle, I just wanna get to know you. Underneath the picture perfect just to hold you. Cause it's my whole truth, one proof. Just wait around and see what I do. I'll show you some real.
goddamn what it went and told you. Not a fan of the music moguls. They'll bear your life with a stereotype, then offend their right to quote you. Never mind what you seen before. I'm a whole stick of lit T4. Bring apocalypse to the populace, but the whole industry detoured. It's what y'all need for the time being. It's a rap detox. No Dre, but I've been Dr. Ron so long, call me rap deep pot. I'll chop records and cook tracks so they crave he drop from these stock. My narrative recline, I'm 6 feet under, that's a deep plot. I'm sick of poses, necklace frozen, echoing lines like oaks. Or records that's broken, crying they dope. I want more love, more life, more substance. Might be all of the public needs. Instead, they die in the coat. I keep my eye on the scope. Of course, the pine eagle oak. In case they try to divide my focus and capitalize on the quotient. I'm not here to secure the devil, I do fine in the clutch. Cause every goal I hold turns solid gold, the mic in his touch. Good
if
luck.
you could feel just what I feel, my love, maybe we can shit and build about love. It's just dollar bills, my love. I know it's a daily hustle, I just wanna get to know you. Underneath the picture perfect just to hold you. Cause it's my whole truth, one proof. Just wait around and see what I do. I'll show you some real.
Of course, all of my verses and hooks I torch. No mirrors, no smoke, I blaze these force. These pages toast, I carry my soul and character sewn and tell it to form the lyrical principles of the Most High. I keep a goddess gang close by, 100 deep. Onyx strung up on the neck for my protection, 100 beats. All the sweetness turned deadly if I feel threatened, honey beats. They might try me once or twice, but take care, Bella, come in threes. I promise these price sonnets, iconic I saw that soul, Jonah, cold, red quality. No bending my backbone, I'm firmly on my square. No currency that strong to earn my integrity. I put my whole soul in this session, no segments here. Birth a new movement, every musical note, no pregnancy. By savoir faire, keep average players at bay. Dawn of a new era, suggest y'all cherish today.
If you could feel just what I feel, my love, maybe we can shit and build about love. It's just dollar bills, my love. I know it's a daily hustle, I just wanna get to know you. Underneath the picture perfect just to hold you. Cause it's my whole truth, one proof. Just wait around and see what I do. I'll show you some real.
Yes. I show you some real. I want to thank everybody. I appreciate y'all so much for tipping, for supporting, from showing your love here today. I want to shout out Slawtunes81. Thank you so much. And I want to shout out Black Kufi. I appreciate you. So I want to answer a couple more questions. Tanashi Mukarati, hopefully I'm saying that right, hopefully. Your lyricism is very layered and powerful. How do you manage to reach this level of vulnerability? Honestly, I just got tired of just the bravado of emceeing. I think I did a lot of that, and I explored a lot of like spiritual elements before, a lot of mysticism, a lot of esoteric stuff, which is a beautiful thing and is what I still a large part of my practice. but I wanted to dig a little deeper into the humanness, my humanity. And I found that the more I explored that, not only through like journaling and just like through, deeper forms of practice like meditation and deep breathing and yoga and stuff like that, the more I started to heal and the more I started to be able to be okay with myself and what I was giving to the world and what my place was into the world. So I wanted to share that. Like, I really wanted to share that. And yeah, it's a risk. It's vulnerable. And you have to decide as an artist which parts to keep to yourself, what parts you hold dear and hold sacred. But, I feel like that's where the majesty lies. That's where the beauty lies, just at the raw truth, that raw honesty. And it's been helping me, become a more evolved person. So that's what I wanted to share through my music as well.
So we need to bring in Coretta.
Okay.
Now.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna bring on a special guest, if that's all right. Are y'all ready for a special guest?
Yeah,
Guys! What up? Ed.
congratulations.
Thank you. What's going on?
Really, this is well deserved. Like some people deserve it. This is well deserved.
Thank you. Appreciate you. We
Yeah.
are
What's crack?
none. We just riding high off this release and just going through the songs and stuff. And it's been really well received. I'm excited about it. This is the homie Evidence, y'all.
He produced
Producer, MC,
he did Deliverance.
he produced, Deliverance is not happening just yet, but he produced the track Deliverance on the album. He repping the hometown right now. Got Venice on the brim. Which, incidentally, we shot the video in Venice. That's dope. HO in Venice. We shot at Venice Beach. But tell me about the beat. Like, how did you come up with the beat? What was that process
The
like?
beat was hard. Yeah, like a lot of stuff you do is really, I don't know if it happens on purpose or not, but it's a lot of it's really like melodic and it's got a strong melody. So that one was a surprise to me that you took it because it's just kind of raw, But it's the way you flowed on it was so crazy. It really was the glue to everything. Like I couldn't imagine that flow on that beat. And me and my man, I'll Be Smooth were making it a long time ago. I think 2017 or something like that. End of it. And you came by the crib and we played a bunch of beats. And that one was just jumping out the speakers, So that was the one.
Yeah. I like how
And then
that
I
was
seen
just,
you do it. I seen you do it live too, which was crazy. At the El Rey when you killed it. So it was like, and other festivals too.
yeah. Yeah, that show was crazy. I love just like kind of like riding the beat like that, just kind of chopping it,
Yeah, not everybody can get away with that. You know what I mean? It's like you really got to be nice with it to do that to me. I'm a slow flow guy, so I'm like, all right, if you're gonna go hard with it like that, you got to murder it. You absolutely did.
You
Even the
already know
second
how I
verse,
feel
really
about
jumped
like
up.
slower BPMs though. So it was,
Yeah, you were iffy.
yeah. But I think
Nah,
it
you
was
killed
it was
that.
a really dope like fit, like what we came up with. It was real kind of grimy and kind of like the vibe was a little moody, I
No,
feel
very compared to everything else. But like the what's carrying it is that sub bass line, and like the way you like dug into the bass line is special. Like not everybody does that. It's dope.
Yeah. So
And then we did another one that didn't make it. I don't know if I should spoil that, but I'll just
No.
leave it alone. But,
yeah, that's for another time, Ev.
all right. What you got? We did a song with somebody that you all love.
Yes, that you
She
all
got an
know and
amazing
love.
guest on there that
Yeah.
y'all would have went crazy for. So I
Yeah.
know she's saving it for something good.
Oh, it's coming, but
Okay. All right.
that's definitely not gonna get remain hidden at all.
Cool.
But what do you think about the video? Like, what was the idea behind the video? And He for those of y'all who don't know, Ev and Stephen Vanasco directed and shot that video when we were out in California.
Yeah, so the video was just like not too much, just kind of a lot of your videos are like in the wilderness or like outdoor stuff, and they're glossy and they're amazing. So like for this one, let's just shoot it handheld, keep it raw, really like not too much plot twist to the story, more or less like showcasing some places you might like in LA, places that are important to me, like Venice. We were talking about Haroon and Leimert Park.
Right.
Like vegan restaurants with the neon signs, things like that, and just let you be in your element and really kill it, and showcase you. Just showcase the lyrics and you in front, and just if lack of a better term, a performance video. That's it. Because sometimes people need to see you raw, just like how dope you can do this for real. And they need to feel the essence of it. So yeah, it wasn't much. You were on tour with Rhapsody. We had an off day, and we did that. And I think it's dope. It's just dope. There's nothing not to like. It's just you killing it.
Yeah, I really loved the way it came out, and Rap had a cameo in the vid, and I had Dynasty and Lyric Jones were also in the video. So it was really important for me to have some women MCs who I think are just amazing, featured in there as well, and they were both out in Cali at the time. So but we were on tour with Rap, and we caught her part like right after that show in LA, which was crazy. So it was good. It was good. But
yeah, it's like the last second of the video.
Huh?
No, it's like the last second of the video that shot real quick.
Yeah.
But
I feel it was dope, like doing the track, because ever since I signed with Rhymesayers, I feel like we all around the world we've been kind of like performing on the same shows, and like I saw we were at Kemp together, and the show in Ohio, and you brought me out in LA before, so like it was a
Colorado.
connection that was bound to happen, So I think it was a good musical connection for sure.
No, I love you working with you, and so is dope, and honored to be a part of it. Honestly, like you came in with high regards, like from all the people who I respect or whatever. But just getting to work with you immediately, like not immediately. I mean, just building up a relationship over time, and then getting to work, and then getting to do the video. I really feel like, it's just like an honor to be a part of this, because it's not many.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So, have we performed that song together yet? No, we haven't performed it together yet.
No. When you came out at my show, was in Novo, right? You did Forever.
Yeah, I did Forever. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to do that song a little later, but I wanted to catch you while you had time available to just, talk about it, and we can chop it up. I wanted to chop it up about the process as well.
You have to be so excited this album is out. Oh my
I'm
God.
so excited. I keep telling people it's
For
like
real.
I gave birth to a whole baby.
Man. Yeah, for everybody watching, this album went through revisions, and they cut a lot, and they really shaped it up. Like, cutting songs is really hard, but the way you did it, and the way it's in the sequence, and the way it's playing is fire. So yeah, you did the right thing.
I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah. So, we'll see where it goes from here, but I'm excited about like the perception, and it's there's a lot more to come for sure.
Now, I think on the iTunes charts it was doing really good. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think it's killing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're at what, 9 or 10?
Yep, 9 or 10.
On the hip hop category. But
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Well, oops, my hat about to come off. Yeah, so I appreciate you. I think we definitely have a banger there. And
we got another one coming.
We got another one coming that we can't reveal too much about, but it's coming. Yeah. So I'm excited.
No, for real. Super congrats to you and Soul.
Thank you.
For real. I hope we're performing again sometime and I get to see this, the whole thing live.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was telling my homegirl, I was like, I feel like, I feel like by the time they open stuff up, I might have another album in the. I might have another album dropping by that time.
I'm getting ready to drop one, so I'm gonna be right behind you.
Right, the show game gonna be crazy because everybody's energy gonna be all the way up.
Oh my God. And the people who have really built the fan base up and and have really worked hard will be rewarded when it all comes back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, for real. I appreciate you guys. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
So
happy for you, for real.
Thank you. And we're happy you were a part of it. Happy you could join us tonight. And waiting for that next one.
Let's go.
Soon.
Salute.
Later.
Peace.
Salute.
See y'all.
And that, friends, was our special guest, Evidence. Should have had y'all say hi, Evidence. Hi. The Sa-Roc Story Hour. All right, so we're going to go to the next joint. This next joint is called Hand of God, and I feel like someone had a question about that one. So we'll get into it after the song. Yeah. So we'll get into that after we play the song. The next one is called Hand of God, and it is really an oath. I'm talking about like basically taking an oath. People say hand to God. I swear, hand to God. I'm taking an oath of my integrity, of my sincerity, my authenticity. That I won't change. That my intention in this rap game won't be changed or altered by what society might want me to do or be. And I've altered it to say hand of God because I feel like the creative energy just works through me. So in taking an oath to myself, I'm taking an oath to the universe or the creator as well, that I'll stay true to who I am as both human and artist. Hand of God.
My mic is like my only highlight in my life. Some days I testify in 2/8 like saints on Sundays. Cause I've been through the sewage and come back unfazed. Now my music's my temple of worship, so come praise. Now let me reintroduce myself, I'm Sa-Roc. They call me Red or Shorty for short on my block. Ain't had no bread, fam kept me fed on Garvey and Gil Scott, so I'd keep a real shot. Now I'm trigger happy, busting too often for my esophagus. Offer my soul up in every reverse for my consciousness. CDC maybe, but I'm bigger than a metropolis. Super manifest up my lane from crib to sarcophagus. I ain't gon' lie, low recognition would be dope. Cause I be chanting just like a penance. I need remote. The ghost of my past, the man in the heart, my every quote. Into the truth is my future just like an antidote. Hand to God.
Hope that you believe me. Cause I don't have a reason to ever tell a lie to you. Rather say goodbye to you, baby. Hope that you believe me. Cause I don't have a reason to ever tell a lie to you. Rather say goodbye to you, baby.
I tried to tell you I was an alien once or twice. I guess 10 albums of evidence just did not suffice. This word don't fit me, I'm wearing it like a faulty size. But I still slag every space I've been known to occupy. Spewing ink on this 8x11, they call me Octopi. But most of my lines don't see light of day like they Dracula. I've been so afraid that my honesty would get me ostracized. Cause I can't prove this shit to you, bruh, I'm just hypothesizing. Now know one thing for sure, they ain't looking for authentic. Homie, all these rappers is plastic and freshly augmented. Seem like real shit off the table, unfamiliar, off limits. All my views is super black like the windows is all tinted. That's my truth, I don't deny you yours. I'm trying to leave a hip-hop classic, bomb your train of thought like Star Wars. With stories of how I earn these stripes, we'll call that tiger lore. Legend of beauty and beast and internal dialogue. Hand to God.
Hope that you believe me. Cause I don't have a reason to ever tell a lie to you. Rather say goodbye to you, baby. Hope that you believe me. Cause I don't have a reason to ever tell a lie to you. Rather say goodbye to you, baby.
Ask for more, I told him sure, let's see who am I. First I'm extraordinary, more than me it's the human eye. And that's not arrogance, it's more like I'm exhaling pride.
They try to bury my self-worth and call it suicide. I object. I came too far and fought too hard to be a private threat. There's clear present danger lurking in my dialect, and turbulence in every piece that I inspired. Yet I'm peeking out my target. Holy shit, this prophesied, I guess. Like I wasn't supposed to make it past the first year. Now I'm in the Twin Cities rocking pink coats of cashmere. Y'all don't make this album fly, I'm think about jetting ass leer. But I got in the game to make some kind of change, cashier. So what do you suggest? Should I walk it out? Get 3 stacks on the track, one more outcast to talk about. I'm on my own path, have no other plans to stalk your route. So I'm gon' leave this here dope artifacts from rock, I'm out, hand to God.
Oh, did you believe me? 'Cause I don't have a reason to ever tell a lie to you, rather say goodbye to you, baby. Oh, did you believe me? 'Cause I don't have a reason to ever tell a lie to you, rather say goodbye to you, baby.
Hand of God, y'all. Someone asked me what was the inspiration behind the Hand of God video. And for that video, I had this clear vision of being in a box, like trapped in a box. And I wanted it to be a symbolic representation of how we are put in these boxes and labeled so that people can understand us better, or people can consume us better, or we're more palatable to everybody else. And I had this idea, like, you know, when we're like on display, you know, as artists or entertainers, sometimes it feels like we're, you know, people are watching us, you know, we're on display, you know, and we're expected to be this like carbon copy of everybody else. So we got a box specifically made by, shout out to Howard, you know, he created the box. He constructed the box from scratch. We gave him the vision. He made this box. I wanted it like a Barbie doll box. And I wanted to show the influences that we as artists have over children. So I showed like this little girl, and how throughout the video, like as I'm being manipulated by, you know, in the beginning of the video, you think that I'm being styled first, you know, and then you see, shout out to Doobie Sunshine. She was featured in the video as my stylist / puppeteer. You think I'm being styled at first, and then you see she's actually manipulating my movements and moving my arms, and, you know, she's controlling me in a sense. And through this control, me not having my own voice, or me just yielding to what people expect of me, this little girl who's watching me perform, she is emulating my movements, you know? And I wanted to just show how profound an artist's influence can be, and who's watching us, and how important it is to be real, and how important it is to be ourselves and uncontrolled and unfettered by these outside forces who really don't have our best interest in mind, right? So that was the main inspiration behind the video. And then like later on, you see me like trying on these different outfits and stuff, like trying to find something that fits, you know, instead of just like being at ease in my own skin and being at ease in my own self, you know? So that was the inspiration behind the video. Shout out to Malicious Mind State, who says, thank you for blessing us with ancient knowledge in bar form. You will forever be a vibe. I so appreciate you. Yes, we trying to raise these vibrations. We trying to make the vibes. We trying to exist within the vibes. So I appreciate you for your support. Shout out to Chad Golden, who says, spit your truth. Always, always, always will spit my truth. That's the job of the MC, for sure. So we're going to go into the next joint called Deliverance, which was produced by Evidence, who just joined us on the show. Yeah, Deliverance. Stress-free zone, y'all.
If I could get a taste of my freedom, I would savor every petite bit pited. Planes like I was the ski geeks, flaggers, letterman, call me collegiates. Why get invited on these mics can turn a phrase like Ike and Tina. Stories blooded and beaten so well, we're calling them red tails. How convenient facts. The struggle I know left physical scars as lasting proof. Mommy and pops, residual trauma, pushing the battles absolute. Homie, that 90s era was rocky, had to be sly, now Fox the coupe. Everyone knows a rose can grow from cracks, but most don't blossom fruit. So my lyrical watts like miracle drops BB, I'm pasta news. That's daylight from the soul, I'm undersold and over hip-hop to boot. They worship green like Gaga, bends to ear like radio's top 10 grooves. My samples clear, I push gems like D beers, no conflict, just the truth. Sick, I'm the plug, I'm giving the people the power, try not to blow out the fuse. I'm so close to these lower and upper cases that I guess that it's best I refuse. Telling me I need to party and bullshit to win, winning homie, I guess I'ma lose. Ain't no biggie, I'm black up, sitting on raps, new giddy and summon the troops. Rap, I'm turning over a new leaf, shame like time, different frame mind, hit the lab up like a two-piece. I ain't a fan of the fame, y'all keep the bread in the groupies. I just want a group of law fam in a fight, win, bet the crew each. My God, stress-free zone. This is best freedom. I just want a group of law fam in a fight, win, bet the crew each. My God, stress-free zone. I'm just trying to elevate, you dig? They wasn't fit in that space shit. Told them I was on another level. They said they only invested in fauna and flora like pussy and flower petals. Pop my tongue, but I go up building with gods and sparring with horny devils. Rumble with dogs, you come up with fleas and potty must trying to blacken the kettle. I am not an island. Hold up the diaspora with my limbs. Fuck up the system with this, a typical gas of Converse and islands. I am the calm version of a storm born on my monsoon in Thailand. And if my black fist in my womb irks you, here's the world's smartest violin. Check it. I'm turning over a new leaf. Shame life with a new leash. Game time, different frame mind, hit the lab up like a two-piece. I ain't a fan of the fame, y'all keep the bread in the groupies. I just want a group of law fam in a fight, win, bet the crew each. My God, stress-free zone. This is best freedom. I just want a group of law fam in a fight, win, bet the crew each. My God, stress-free zone. This is best freedom. I'm just trying to elevate, you dig?
That was Deliverance. That was the song me and Ev were talking about. The video is out for that. So please, if you haven't already, we're on YouTube already. Those of us who are on YouTube, check it out as soon as this live is done. I love that joint. It's real fun to perform, super fun to perform. But really, it's really about just creating these stress-free zones, creating these safe spaces for you and your loved ones where you can just unburden yourself from the stress of the world, from other people's expectations, from negativity and all of this stuff that we are just kind of accosted with on our daily routine. It's important for us to take that space and those moments to find joy. Even with all this going on, even when we have to be on guard when we go out into the world, even when we have to fight and resist and protest, we need to be able to, when we come in our spaces, when we come in our private like kind of cocoons and environments, we have to be able to let that go. We have to create those stress-free zones. We have to be able to meditate. We have to be able to burn some sage, incense, spark something else up if that's what you do. Break bread with those of your crew that are really down for you. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, I say, y'all keep the y'all keep the fame. I'm just trying to break bread with my fam. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to nurture those who nurture me. That's so important to me. And in that way, we are delivered. We are freed from these burdens. Shout out to Kaylin Blackshear, who says, "What's this? Lauryn Hill is evolving. Bum, 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 bum." Forgive me, I don't know the melody. I appreciate you for your support. Let me go back to some of the older questions that I missed. Let's see. Someone asked, if I could only listen to 4 songs for the next 24 hours, which 4 would you choose? Wow. It would have to be something by Stevie Wonder, for sure. Like something off of maybe the Emergence album or Songs from the Key of Life, because he is just everything. And if you don't know, now you know. It would probably be some kind of devotional song. I'm super into the Hindu deity Ganesh, who is also reflected in the West African or Ifa deity Elegba, who opens doors, removes obstacles. And I love listening to devotional songs of Ganesh. So I'll probably choose one of his devotional songs. Who else? What else? Maybe, honestly, something by. Oh, you know what song I really love that I could listen to over and over again? Just Like the Water by Lauryn Hill. Like, that song is necessary, and I could probably listen to that over and over again. And what else? One more. Someday We'll All Be Free by Donny Hathaway. Okay. Let me see. What's your process when you transmute your experience to music? The process varies. Honestly, it depends on what kind of like state of mind I am in. Oftentimes Soul Messiah will come up with a beat. By this point, we've been working with each other for so long. He kind of knows like what I like, what I thrive on, what I flow best on. So he'll create a beat and, I'll just listen to it over and over again. Sometimes the mood will inspire me to start writing. But other times when I'm a little bit more stuck, I have to get into the mood. I might change the light bulb. I might burn some incense. I might do some deep breathing. I might just let it all go, listen to something from another genre, turn on a documentary, and then come back to it. But yeah, it's the process really varies. Sometimes I'll think of something a subject I want to start with, and other times I just go back to old school brainstorming, like how your English teacher used to teach you back in the day. Brainstorm, just pull something out of the air and just write with that, and then it'll develop into something. Let's see. Let's see what else. What else? Concert for Forever. Okay. Someone said, would I come to Mexico one day? Yes, I've been to Mexico twice for pleasure, and then I've actually performed in Mexico before with my homie Boca Floja, who is a very prominent Mexican MC, and we might have some goodies coming out soon, but hopefully. But yeah, I've performed in Mexico City before. I love Mexico. I've been to Tulum in Mexico City. I visited Chichen Itza. I visited Teotihuacan as well, and it was a magical experience. Someone said, are my dreams as layered as my lyrics? When I'm meditating, they are. When I'm meditating, oh my God, on a regular basis, my dreams are like spiritual guidebooks. They're so vivid and so clear and just amazing. So yeah, they can be. Shout out to, I'm going to take a moment because I haven't already. I want to take a moment to shout out my team at Rhyme Sayers for sure. Without them, this wouldn't have happened. And honestly, where do you find a label that gives you the space to create and the time to create? Because like I said, it took me 2.5 to 3 years to craft this album. And that's one of the biggest things that I appreciate about them, for allowing me to shape this into what I wanted, what I envisioned, and not like pressuring me to do it their way, which is how some labels can do, how some A&Rs at labels can do. I just appreciate them. I appreciate the artists for creating amazing packaging. I appreciate the social media team. Like, really, 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 honestly, I want to shout out them and, forever and forever. Thank y'all for holding me down.
What does Sa-Roc?
Huh?
What does Sa-Roc mean?
Somebody said, what does Sa-Roc mean? Okay, this is super, super duper duper layered. Sa-Roc, when I created my name, I wanted an element of my name, my actual name. My name is Asada, right? So like when I was younger, my nickname used to be Sasa, right? And so I was like, okay, I don't want my name to be my MC name. So I was like, okay, Sa would be perfect. So I knew I wanted to use Sa. And then Rock, I spit super hard. I'm very assertive and sometimes aggressive with the mic. And so I said, okay, Rock is perfect. But then I started thinking of the deeper symbolism, and I started thinking of like semi-precious gemstones, which are also rocks that can also harness very powerful vibrational energy. And I was like, that's cool too. And then I had this book on, Egypt and hieroglyphs or Medunater, and in it, I just stumbled upon this hieroglyphic alphabet. And it said the word Sa, or like the intonation of Sa, means protection. And I was like, wow, okay, that's something I can also layer into my name, because I consider myself to be a protector, fiercely loyal and protective over not only my music, but also my community and my people and my family. And so that added another element to it. And about a year after I started rhyming, I found out about Sa-Roc, who was one of the first female MCs who was a member of the group Funky 4 plus One More. And I was like, this would be the perfect homage to her, because I really, really, really understood how important the pioneers of hip hop were for laying the foundation for where I was. And so I added that into my name as an homage to her. And funny story, I ended up talking to her years later. She called me. She found out about me and just wanted to tell me. She wanted me to be a part of, because she got honored with the Sa-Roc Day in the Bronx. And she wanted me to be a part of it. But she told me that she just loved my music. And, she said one of the kindest things to me. She said that I reminded her of the energy that Lauryn Hill bring to hip hop. And I was crying, because I was like, this woman, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this woman. And I was so grateful that I had chosen to add that as another layer of meaning to my name. Just always giving respect to the OGs and the pioneers of hip hop. So that's what Sa-Roc means. And we're going to get into this next joint. This next joint is called Lay It Down. And Lay It Down really it was inspired. I wanted to get super duper personal with this one, and this was kind of challenging for me to write, because I was writing about things that were very painful to me and very deeply personal and intimate. But I was always inspired by this Toni Morrison quote that says, if you want to fly, I'm paraphrasing, if you want to fly, you got to let go of the shit that weighs you down. And the song is about laying down those burdens, laying down those that emotional weight, laying down stale emotions and energy in order to liberate yourself from that, in order to be able to move through life freely in your own individuality and personhood. So this song is about letting that stuff go, laying it down. Everybody got something. Everybody got something.
I can count all of my blessings on a stretch of night sky. Pops told me never question any good the life supply, cause any fair weather come with heavy shares of downpours. And I've drowned more times than I've ever bathed in light spot. Kept trying to shield the heart from the pressures of the market. Held the album up, triggered, now I'm aiming my shot. 80s baby crackhead cops and 88s crawling the block. And now I turn that damage into scribble canvas Basquiat. Double dutch up the floor, dope with crushes galore. That was before I found that they were serving bass to the door. Basically that was when my child had shattered face to the floor. Cause for my folks, cocaine and vodka held a persuasive allure. I ain't never had a trust fund, gold that wasn't plated. But ever since the new one, that globe been reinstated. Cause my legacy rich, ain't got the bag yet. Just some baggage in a closet full of skeletons, crypts. The kind of blues that don't fade cause the stain too deep. Went from sharecropper to murder, capital range too bleak. Generation gap shrinking as the pain increase. So I'm trying to translate my trauma to whatever slang you speak. It's my life unshine, camera us on record. Memory banks is full of gems, might as well pay it for. If that shit music ain't been bleeding, I don't believe what you score. Signed your friend, the tortured artist, that's the plight of a poet.
I'm about to lay it all down before it falls down. I never had no diamond rings or the finer things, but I'm still rocking my crown. And everybody got so weird, had to let it burn to get rid of. And if you wanna fly right quick, gotta give up that shit, trying to lay you down.
Don't know if some of this shit should be shared. To be fair, keeping it mum is how the worst of God's assumptions are fed. Don't let the lyrics tell us some of these rappers functionally dead. That's where I come in hella late, but I ain't punctually led. See, the times ain't always been kind to my branch of the pear tree. Son of Virginia sharecropper's dad tried to spare me. Went from singing white hoods late night on the family land, delivered red line hoods for babies of family man. Street gig 24/7, we feared for his protection. Bullet scar still on his back, but the ad was Afghanistan, Lord. Lord knows that they done tested the kid. Didn't believe in demons till I saw Pops wrestle with his. No cap, started wearing it stressed like a hand-me-down. That's why I'm addressing these emotions on record to find it clear. Get freedom from these bars like Joanne Chess Mob. Trying to sing unburied like I'm Jessamine Wall. See the crown ain't as heavy when the load lay bare. Air to love unburdened, that's the light of a poet. Rock.
I'm about to lay it all down before it falls down. I never had no diamond rings or the finer things, but I'm still rocking my crown. And everybody got so weird, had to let it burn to get rid of. And if you wanna fly right quick, gotta give up that shit, trying to lay you down. I'm about to lay it all down before it falls down. I never had no diamond rings or the finer things, but I'm still rocking my crown. And everybody got so weird, had to let it burn to get rid of. And if you wanna fly right quick, gotta give up that shit, trying to lay you down.
If you want to fly right quick, gotta give up that shit trying to weigh you down. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not valuable. Your circumstances don't define you. So whether or not you got a trust fund or some family heirlooms or valuables, you are valuable. You are the treasure. And you still are rocking your crown. Yes, had to bring out the sage for that one. Yes. Had to break out the sage for that one. That song is deep. You know, I get emotional hearing that one. Someone asked, Nicholas Jones asked, what was it like touring with Rhapsody? It was really dope. It was really, really dope. You know, the whole jam, it was Rhapsody and Heather Victoria and some other guest openers, depending on what cities we were in. But the whole like Jamla team squad, they're so dope. They're like fam, super down to earth. And it was like a really good vibe. Like we were all supporting one another. We all watched each other's shows, cheering each other on. You know, it was very, very affirmative and uplifting. And I feel like we complemented each other really well, you know, with what we both brought to the table. And I saw similarities in both her shows and mine in that, like, you know, a lot of times when I do shows, like I see parents bringing their children, their little girls, like right in the front row. And, you know, little girls will be like excited or like rapping along with the lyrics, depending on how old they are. And I saw the same thing. And I thought it was a really beautiful thing to see, that we were doing something right, that parents wanted their little girls to see us in person, live and in person. And Rap is just so gracious and kind and super humble. And just seeing her night after night just kill every show was just really, really incredible. So it was dope. Like, and we hit a lot of the states and some Canada dates. And fortunately, we were able to do most of the tour except for one date. Before the final date, you know, everything started shutting down with COVID and stuff. So, but it was a really dope experience, and I forged a connection with that whole crew. But I had been familiar with Rhapsody and performed on a show or two with her before, so I knew what her energy was like. But it was dope because it was like also a slap in the face to anyone who ever likes try to like push this narrative that, you know, women gonna be on some diva stuff and, you know, be competing with one another. It was absolutely none of that. It was all love. You know, we was all in each other's dressing rooms and stuff, chopping it up, eating, stealing people's fruit out the refrigerator and stuff. No, borrowing people's fruit. No, but it was dope. It was really, really dope. Let's see. Who you most want to work with, who you haven't yet. That's Drew O'Meara. I haven't done a track with Rhapsody yet, so I would love to do something with her. I would love to do something with Anderson .Paak. Who else? It would be dope to do something with Kendrick. Who else? Yeah, those are the three that kind of stand out right now. Tobey would be dope too. What's the song that made you say, yes, I want to be an MC? You know, I don't think it was a song. There was a song that made me say, yes, this hip hop, like I love this hip hop stuff and I love the art of MCing. I mean, it wasn't a song, it was an album. It was KRS-One's self-titled album. That was it. That was like the switch because I listened to hip hop before. I was a fan of hip hop, but when I heard that album, I was like, what? It's possible to be this powerful and this commanding with your words. And I just wanted to listen and absorb and everything that he was saying. So yeah, that was the album that was that pivotal moment for me. Someone said, Zaid Shahi Bey said, how did you get into rhyming and how did you meet Soul Messiah? I met Soul Messiah when I moved to Atlanta. I got into rhyming at the same time. I've always been a writer. I've always been, dabbled with poetry and not spoken word, but actual like written poetry. And I've loved the art of the written word. So when I met him, he was actually doing a lot of work with Atlanta artists at the time, and he had done like tons of stuff. He worked with Dallas Austin extensively and huge artists like TLC and Madonna and Dead Prez and Nappy Roots and stuff. He was working with Nappy Roots at the time when I met him. And he would have, at the time, he had these mixed CDs with his beats on them, or beat CDs. And I was in the studio with him and he was just kind of playing music or whatever. And I was like, okay, let me see if I could record one of my poems to one of your beats. Because I had been listening to one of his beat CDs and really like vibing to him or whatever. I'd never thought about rhyming. I used to like fake freestyle. I'm terrible at freestyling, by the way. I used to fake freestyle with one of my homegirls back in the day and just was horrible at it. But that was the extent to which I ever like rap. So got in the studio, recorded a poem to one of his beats, and then he said it wasn't bad. And he always like, his thing is like, he's big on like an artist or rappers being able to like ride the beat or be on time, like be rhythmic. And he was surprised that I was able to like, I was new, I'd never done it before, and I was able to rap without like being off beat. And so he was like, interesting. Because he actually had worked with female artists before, had, a group signed to him and individual women artists as well signed to him. So he always appreciated the value and valued women MCs and women's voices. So he was just like, okay. And he's like, try it again, do something else. So I recorded something else. And then I started writing stuff to his beats. And, my first EP was born, Astral Chronicles, and that was in 2008. And the rest was history. I feel like when I first started, I first started in Atlanta, and there was a huge activist community in Atlanta and a huge independent hip hop community in Atlanta. So I was kind of nurtured by both. And my first public performance was at a benefit fundraiser for Mutulu Shakur, and this brother who used to who was close friends with Soul Messiah and worked with him on the radio show, he just called me out there, just put me on the spot, and was like, his name is Iros Levi. He called me out there and was like, Sa-Roc is gonna spit something for us, and I'm like, oh my God, I am. Super shook, super scared. Never, besides like acting and stuff I had done back in the day, I never, performed like that on stage. And but I knew enough about hip hop that I know if someone calls you on stage to spit, you're gonna spit. And I spit, and the crowd responded really well. And I was like, okay, I can do this. And the rest is history. All right. Somebody actually asked, would I ever go into acting? Butterflies 70. I absolutely would. I did a lot of acting when I was a teenager. My minor at first was drama when I went to Howard University. You know. Proud Bison here. So yeah, I absolutely would. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna move to the next one. This is the title track called "The Sharecropper's Daughter," featuring Lettucey. This one really, this is the song that most connects, that speaks to my father's experience growing up on a sharecropping farm, and how, those stories full of just kind of hardship and pain kind of shaped me, but also that love and nurturing that I got from my family shaped me just as well. And I became the best of me through it all. So Lettucey, we hooked up because I had done a song with Lil Jon, this drummer, and she was cool with him, was familiar with him, and she heard the song and was like, yo, you're dope. So I was like, yes, and you're amazing. So can we please do something? So I wrote her part, and she sang it beautifully, and here we have it, The Sharecropper's Daughter.
Do you know who you are? Do you know where you've been? My friends, we belong to the stars, and we blow with the wind. Amen. I've seen the mountains, I've counted the raindrops, and they all sing the same old song. It can't be long. Joy comes in the morning. So please stay strong. They try to choke us, but baby, we still breathe. They thought that they could bury us, but they forgot that we were seeds. But they forgot that we were seeds.
They forgot that we received, y'all. They say that I should just get over it, but I'm openly emotional, cause closed mouths don't ever get fed. And I've been starving for some help for all this arbitrary sadness circling the patterns of my heavy head. And that shit ain't new. Ways of blue been aimed at these genes since way before Wranglers. Angus raged through generations. And it seemed like angels don't sing with us anymore, so we've been forced to wait out storms and love to delay our celebration. Don't you ever tell me to be calm. I'm the spawn of tobacco sharecroppers, prisoners of Virginia farms, who work their arms, backs, and fingers to the gristle while the landowners pay the pittance for all the heavy lifting done. We come from places, man, where 12-year-old little black girls can't even name a rapist fan. And if she ever did, they throw her family off the acres and send a burning cross from a mob of hooded faces. Damn, that must have been when Nana's mind had a nervous break, and Granddad passing church after passing collection plates. This story comes to me like second nature, cause I've been hearing about our pain and glory since I was a youngin' 7 to 8. Despite that, we knew love more deeply than any other feeling. That's why I keep on busting through when I reach and touch the ceiling. When I say I'm the best, I'm not expecting approval or clearance. I'm just hoping the rest of you see the connection between truthful and healing. I'm just hoping the rest of you see the connection between truthful and healing. I'm just hoping the rest of you see the connection between truthful and healing. Healing, 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 healing.
Yes, that was a sharecropper's daughter. You know, they try to snuff us out. They try to take our light. They try to bury us, but they forgot that we were seeds, forever sprouting, forever growing, forever thriving. Yes. I want to shout out Monique Grogan. I appreciate you for your support, for listening, love, the beautiful energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This question is perfect timing. Roland Lamont Bland said, what was it like in the studio with Black Thought? Did y'all have a chance to go off the dome in a cipher? No, we did not have a chance to go off the dome in a cipher. But it was crazy because I don't normally work with people in the studio. I don't do that. I be holed up in my room writing, you know, in a scarf and pajamas. So, you know, I'm very particular, and I might take a long time to write something. So it was very intimidating, I must be honest, to go and have to record in the studio. We flew up to New York and we had 2 days to finish. And it was very important that we wrote it together in the studio. So nobody came with any bars prepared or whatever. We wanted to vibe off that energy. And, you know, Black Thought is a legend. He is arguably the greatest of all time when it comes to this hip hop thing. He is masterful at his craft. So I'm like, oh my God. All super nervous, and you know, I'm curled up in a corner, like writing with my hand covering my page, like hopefully he don't see no stupid whack bars or whatever. And he's just as casual as can be with his drink and, you know, eating food, chopping up, telling hilarious stories. And I was so nervous that it got to the point where I had to go out in the hallway. Everybody else was having a good old time in the studio, chilling. I'm in the hallway, stomach in knots, like writing this song. And I finally, you know, felt comfortable enough to put something down that I felt like, because, you know, you don't want to get on a song with Black Thought and not be able to have your bar stand up to what he delivers, you know, or at least close to it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's still the art of MCing. As much as I admire him as an MC, I'm still trying to battle. So anyway, so I ended up laying the verse, and they had ended up leaving the studio just to give me a break from the nervous energy. And I recorded it, and they entered in the studio right when I was recording, and Thought was like, oh, that's how you feel? Okay. Like, yeah, you did it. So I was happy because, you know, it was clear that he really respected what we did. And then we ended up doing like the back and forth joint that was kind of inspired by Smooth the Hustler and Trigger the Gambler joint. So that's what we did. And the song is all about, you know, inspired by the writers of the Harlem Renaissance, those Black writers who really, their role was to elevate Black art, you know, and this song is about elevating hip hop, like elevating the lyricism and elevating the bars. And who better to do that with Black Thought? This is Black Renaissance.
Dear white people, I am not your Negro. Yeah, black people, y'all just got your hero. All these rap demons, I'm about to depot. Me and Asada, my ATL and alter ego. The Queen of Sheba and Musa Keita, producer heater. Salute your teacher, my newest seed is a future leader. A testament of my evolution to excellence. To be or not to be human, that's what the question is. I'm still the answer regardless. Rappers is moving targets. Acknowledge me as the smartest passenger moving forward. My little sister bars blast like Kalishnikov. Just because heavy bass dance like Barishnikov. The sound pierced like bullets and swords from a nation under attack like bulletin boards, and I'm repping the foundation to the fullest, of course. Today another life was lost and it could have been yours. Whether in Colorado or Collie Park, you but a mile apart from the sharpness of my remarks. The black oligarch making weaponry out of art. My supplier, Soul Messiah, told me we gotta talk. I walk through the dark. Now do I roll deep or do I hold heat? Now am I laid back or a control freak? Rocking the crown gilded in gold leaf. I'm from a place where the people dream but don't sleep.
You are now tuned into the classics. This fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glass. I don't wanna keep this dialogue alive, but they still don't know I'm out for blood. I'm not surprised. I keep my fangs well hidden behind a model smiles. And this tyrannical grammar stay italicized by design. I'm emphatically beast over every domain. I surveilly prey in states of paralysis with my rabbit eyes. And me and thought together, portrait of your worst fears. The darkness come to light when two leviathans is fraternizing. My stock splinted from God's innards to moral sentences, till every mob within yards beyond penitence. Squad minute for meanest demeanor and Lauren lyrics. We broke God in the tables and squat like Solange. Titular album, homie. I'm scripture embodied, holy 16, so the fiend to redeem a picture of pious quoting my verses like I'm second coming. That's just one way that I've been heard described. I'm old bottler, Corso Tupac, and the causes all eyes on me when I occupy space immersed in white. Cause I'm lit like a 7-day. My third eyelid stay wide open like it's broken. It's unsettling. It's a high risk going up against my pedigree. It's Black Thought and Rock the ibis in his pedaway. You are now tuned into the classics. This fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glasses. You are now tuned into the classics. This fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glasses. The atom split a dogmatic, enigmatic figure. Dwell in shadow, then emerge when my genetics triggered. The sleeping giant, the ether supplier, keep them wired. So when every verse hit this circuit, you make repeat required.
Who fired a live round out of the cartridge? The foul words written on parchment. High and exalted, police and fire department, main culprit. A glimmer in the eye of the target, the mind of a marksman.
The word source was preferred source of that black magic. The same orifice that feigned voiceless and spat acid. The dream eater, the green reaper, 16 killer. The sonic boom when an MC and Elohim
The
meet up.
sight for the grim reaper, the gatekeeper, the late creeper, the street sweeper that think deeper, the complete speaker, the Svengali. Went from reefer in the alley to freaking with a Somali on the beaches of Malawi. Now we the luminary, the heavy pituitary. Knew it very early on. I be the legendary, hot as inside of my vocabulary, contemporary. Personally autographing every obituary for y'all.
Black Renaissance.
That man said heavy pituitary. Woo! We came for them necks, boy. Yeah. That was fun. And we had vegan pizza after we finished making the track, after we finished recording. So it was a great time had by all. Someone asked, is that the hat from your album cover? No, this is not the hat from my album cover. I have a lot of black hats, but this isn't it. This hat is actually from a brand out of Europe called Art Comes First. And their style is so dope and cutting edge and edgy. And it's dope because it says the art of knowing yourself on the side, which is like, that's the whole point of this thing. Knowing myself through the music and understanding myself. Much love and shout out to Blue Lion, who says, much love from Western Massachusetts. My daughter Ayla is 3, but I'm buying this record for the personal collection I will pass on to her. Peace and love. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Urban Sweets A said, have you done a track with Dynasty? Yes, I have. We've done a track before on one of my mixtapes. I can't remember. It's on, I think, Extraterrestrial, one of my mixtapes. And we also did a song together with an artist named Akua Naru, who's based in Germany, but from the States, called Return of the Boom Bap. Dynasty, that's my sis right there. Someone said, what kind of advice would you give for writers transitioning into rapping? Listen to a lot of stuff. Rhythm is like super, super duper important. And it's really important because sometimes writers transitioning into rhyming, you can have a tendency to be like super wordy because, it's when you're writing, you don't have to adhere to like rhythmic stanzas and bar formatting and stuff like that. So just the importance of rhythm is really important. Listen to a lot of folks, practice the craft before you jump out there for sure. And just find your voice, find your flow. But editing is super important. Shout out to RZA Islam, the brother who's constantly holding it down for the community, fighting for the people, speaking truth to power for the people. Shout out to my brother. Let's see, what else? We all know you are the goddess of the microphone, but if you could, by divine power, improve the world we live in, what would you do first? What would you like to improve? Everything. I mean, that's a loaded question, but there's so much that needs to improve. I think we all are kind of aware of where the weaknesses lie, where the Gil Scott-Heron had a song called "Home Is Where the Hatred Is," and there's a lot to be done in this home that we currently inhabit called the United States. And we see how much of that needs to change fundamentally, radically change. Systems that have been put in place to oppress people, systems that have been put in place to silence people based on, their race, their gender. And we're seeing, people out here in the streets protesting and burning things down, and that we the people are insisting upon, a real revolution. And through this fundamental change, that's when you can evolve to a higher level. But it can only happen when we're honest about what the foundation of this country is, what systems have been put in place to suppress and oppress, and work to eradicate those things. So that would be the first thing I would do. Let's see. Shout out to JW. We got this with you and Brother Ali. Got me through college at 29 years old for my BA in communications. Love you guys. Thank you. Any future Brother Ali collabs? I'm always down to collab with my Brother Ali, for sure. Am I doing a video for Black Renaissance? Y'all know it. Come on, we can't not. That joint gonna be crazy. I can't wait until we do that. Shout out to Ezria Pine. Appreciate you out here traveling. Finally, some real music. Just bought the album Peace and Love. I appreciate your support. What else? Shout out to Toasty Ghost. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. Because y'all really, this is really a grassroots movement. I work with Rhyme Sayers, and Rhyme Sayers supports and just pushes the music and pushes me to be better and be comfortable in the work that I'm creating. But it's really dependent upon people like y'all who are in here in the chat, y'all who are in here supporting not only with your words, but with your currency. I appreciate that. Like, I really honor you. This is, I thumbs up. Peace, peace, peace. Can you guys hear me? I'm so sorry. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back up. Can you guys hear me? Peace, peace, peace. YouTube, what up? I'm so sorry. Out here with these technical difficulties. But that's what happens. Sometimes the energy is just so powerful that it just shorts everything out. No, just kidding. It's just, yeah. I appreciate y'all's patience. I appreciate y'all, those of y'all who's still hanging with us. Yeah. Whew. Man, this has been good. We're just about to get into this live performance of Revolution, which I feel like is so timely right now, especially when it dropped. Because, when the world started protesting after George Floyd was publicly executed, there was this feeling of, just disgust with this quote unquote, I like to call it evil empire. And we saw, people's desire to disrupt, this programming, like people were upset, angry, rightfully so. And a lot of people were just becoming aware of what we had long been aware of. To me, George Floyd honestly felt very similar to Eric Garner. And this song was important for me on this album in particular, because a lot of my father's experiences I saw echoed through my experiences. Emmett Till happened, the death of Emmett Till happened while he was growing up, and reminded me of Tamir Rice. So it just really is super important and timely, because I think that we need an anthem to inspire and motivate us to continue to change the world, inspire and motivate us to understand our true power, how powerful we are as individuals, and massively powerful collectively. And we also need to just dismantle these systems, So with real revolution comes evolution and growth. So that's what we are here to do. We are here to say we are here to stay. So we're going to get into this. Well, not yet. Anybody, y'all who are still here, shout out some of your favorites off the album. Y'all asking me what's my favorite. I want to hear what's your favorites. Shout out some of your favorites in the comments. I'd love to see what y'all are digging. I'm hungry too. What y'all eating on? Tell me that much. Pardon the technical difficulties. We're getting it together. Want the sound and the imagery to be super crispy for y'all. And while we're waiting for that, there were some questions that I didn't get a chance to answer earlier that I want to dive into right now. Someone asked me, was I a fan of Citizen Cope? I'm not really familiar with Citizen Cope. Incidentally, our bassist, the guy who does like all of our bass work on our albums, Preston Crump, he performs with him. And I did go to one of his shows, but I don't really know. I'm not familiar with his music like that. I enjoyed the show. But Preston Crump has played bass on some of the most iconic records, has worked extensively with Dungeon Family, performed all over Outkast and Citizen Cope Records and TLC. And so that there's that link that we have. And I think Citizen Cope's wife, Alice, I think her name is Alice, I forget her name, but she's a singer and she's amazing. She's super amazing. Let's see. Did that one. Kaylin Blackshear asked me earlier, which album am I most excited for by your label mates? I'm excited to hear this new Ebb joint. He said he got something coming, and I'm super excited to hear what he's been working on. And then and then there's a new Atmosphere album coming out. Excited for that too. Kaylin also asked, would I ever collab with Strange Music? Yeah, definitely. Super big fan of Tech Nine. I love what they do. He's just crazy. Crazy in a dope way. Shout out to Stefan723. I appreciate you. Much love for your support and your energy. I appreciate you. Calvin Smith said, which 3 books would you encourage your fans to read, I guess, who want to understand you better. I would probably say I'm looking at my my bookcase right now to try to see. Oh, I definitely Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. That book just speaks to me. Like I love her so much. Maya Angelou, really anything in her series of memoirs, but I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings and Gather Together in My Name, those two are just like so. And maybe Revolutionary Suicide by Huey Newton. But three is hard because there's so many books that I love, and it really embody like profound elements of who I am. Let's see, what are we looking like? Would I ever collab? Stormy Cat Cloud said, would I ever collab with Snow the Product? Yeah, she's dope. She's super dope. Sa-Roc and Gifted Gab collab will also be tight. True. Let's see. What else? Y'all said, let's see what y'all said your favorites. Somebody said vegan pizza / goddess gang. That's hilarious. Lay It Down. Saritha said Lay It Down. Jacob Thompson, Just Us Fair Trade Chocolate. M. Carlette T, Gold Leaf. Love and Live 10 said Dark Horse. Kaylin Blackshear, Gold Leaf for sure. Sabrina Dobbs, Black Renaissance. Be Nice said Hand of God. G King, Black Renaissance. Hand of God, Black Renaissance. Gold Leaf, all caps, love it. Oh, this is what people are eating. Oh, I was so confused. I was like, why y'all saying food stuff? Ooh, give me some of that vegan pizza. Taniwa 08. Jacob Thompson's eating fair trade chocolate. Somebody said they're eating weed and peanut butter. How does that even go? Is it a peanut butter bar? Like, what is happening? Weed and peanut, that's hilarious. Sabrina Dobbs says she eat mambo sauce. Hey, you got chicken and rice with that mambo sauce? Mambo sauce is that DC thing. Y'all know nothing about it. Hassan Robinson said Revolution, Dark Horse, and Forever. Andre Toppin Jr. said Revolution, Black Renaissance, Forever, and Deliverance. Kristen Salerno said Forever. Are we back up?
Yeah, we
All right, y'all. Sorry for the delay, but I'm glad I got a chance to answer some of y'all's questions and just kind of like, as much as we can virtually, it's good to kind of go back and forth with y'all and interact. So I appreciate y'all for like engaging and giving me feedback and stuff. So we're going to get into this live version of Revolution, which we so deeply need right now, desperately need right now. And when we talk about internal revolution too, we make those fundamental, deep, rather fearful changes. That's when we can start to evolve and grow and become our higher selves. So revolution, we are here to stay, and we're here to dismantle these oppressive systems and start anew. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Dropped from out the clouds, had to change form. Flooded the plains, had them praying for my brainstorms. I'm a master, peace from divine. Every work of art got a bit of mob trying to frame John. I'm heir to an era of conflict, with a postcode drawn so the pros and the cons split. Professionals, been Robin Hoods with a pamphlet. Gave to the poor and the black the stigmata of convict. See the cross we bear's too familiar. Embedded in the home of the brave, the darkest of interiors. Saw street scholars and soldiers defect, cause they post-traumatic stress on the American experience. Go all in, I'm finna go all in. Merc every line came before this delivery, make orphans. See my heart bleed from the hardship in my origins. My great grand sold for a band at Southern auctions. It's the razor edge of my cadence that's shredded through these paper trails. Only alphabet boys I trust is inner wagon L's. Only alchemy justify the nuggets I expel. In the city idols trying to be the next idle whales rock.
I don't know what you might have heard, but we ain't going nowhere. What up? Got a whole squad dressed in all black, got the streets on notice. What up? They want us in the same place, ain't nobody ever gonna really change nothing but us. Hello, this is revolution, get on up.
Born queen with a street type of etiquette. That's why I rule over every subject and predicate. Scroll these sipping indictments on every edifice and balls on my holy cabal. The only evidence slip, excuse the venom in my rap tone. Cause more often it's sweet, life served vinegar in black homes. More specifically with fire lit them crack stones. War on drugs turn a fiend to felon in a snap gone. Inspired higher my diatribe. Cause pilots liars try to tell us that Shabazz is the dying tribe. So I'ma turn this pen and tab it to a tabernacle. So them gins can't distinguish God from me, I and I. Spit the 12 jewels to free him from the 13th. This a clear view like baby seeing from the first blink. They can buy the spirit from my nation, cut the purse strings. Gene pool established ancestors was the first link. Guarantee we finna recoup. Start and recover, got name gold on the molars of every tooth. We buying back the blocks, back Wall Street pursuit. We failed a couple of times, but the ride's absolute, trust me.
I don't know what you might have heard, but we ain't going nowhere. But up, got a whole squad dressed in all black, got the streets on notice. What up? They want us in the same place, ain't nobody ever gonna really change nothing but us. Hello, this is revolution, get on up. I don't know what you might have heard, but we ain't going nowhere. But up, got a whole squad dressed in all black, got the streets on notice. What up? They want us in the same place, ain't nobody ever gonna really change nothing but us. Hello, this is revolution, get on up.
Get on up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, that was Revolution. We're gonna move on to Goddess Gang. Where my Goddess Gang at? Gang, gang, gang. Y'all got y'all wings yet? Telling me chill, queen. Let them wait for the reveal, sing. Now I'm about to put me in multiple spots. It's lyrical pox in your grill, meaning I'm ill. I will not yield. I am from Southside of DC. That means I only know how to go until I'm on a marquee getting properly built. Cause stop being a part of my stock on my bill, no ma'am. I'ma keep this campaign up till rock for prayers and grains. The popular trail slogan, that's word, goddamn, see. I want you to levitate. My shit dope, let's medicate. One no quote, got I'm vocally abstaining for rap, they grammatically celebrate. I'll hydroxy cut these lightweight MCs to a suitable size. I'm approximately 1/4 human, the rest is unidentified. I'ma take up every white space with some black characters, reversing to fight. Embody any gotta take it out from me, I keep the hearses outside. Beware, real rap run through my veins, I'm either a female form. Y'all might get ghetto or got this shit sonically leaked to the retail torn. See y'all won't win, trying to box me in, I'm out of it like G-Form. And even my mumbles like rumbles in concrete jungles, yo, this is your porn.
This is for real, my crew is a very big deal. Everything we crave is 24K like the gold inside my grill. I can't reveal my sources, might be a real rap sources. Look at your future, not what you used to, huh? We coming for your whole damn meal. Goddess, gang, gang, gang. Goddess, gang, gang, gang. Goddess, gang, gang, gang. Goddess, gang, gang, gang.
You ready? Mama said I could be anything. That was the dope part. But I grew up planning my dreams is downstream from the dope spot. And I'm a descendant of the kings and low-key fiends of the coca. From streets where the police beat with the holy skin is the color of mocha. Hear me out. I've been through too much and I'm too grown to play around with y'all. Now I'm a wild lad every chance I get my rhyme. The lip be so animal. Every vet I see sick of much too pleased for the next breed of these amateurs. Fuck freshman classes, my texts are classic. She music legend like Amadeus. Whoa, they scared of this black girl magic. My heritage packed well baggage. I learned this fly shit from my DNA to a T. I say rock snapping. Beauty irrelevant. This is not pageants. I'm a rap dragon. Every time I open my trap, it's fine. Your outlook ending up tragic. Trust me. I do this for MLKF, for homies with criminal past. This middle of passage, rhythmic mash. I raise your adrenaline, intergalactic. Amen. Bars laden with alien cadence, breaking on enemy flags, just mayhem. My shit have been down since day one, ready to take on the planet. Segue, 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 segue.
This is for real. My crew is a very big deal. Everything we crave is 24K like the gold inside my grill. I can't reveal my sources, might be a real rap sources. Look at your future, not what you used to, huh? We coming for your whole damn meal. Goddess, gang, gang, gang. Goddess, gang, gang, gang. Goddess, gang, gang, gang.
That was Goddess Gang. Oh man, y'all don't know how much I miss performing that song live. We go crazy. We go crazy. I'm in here about to jump out the window. But shout out to all my goddesses who are unapologetically them, who unapologetically use their voices and take up space and fill up the room with their power and dominance and presence and intelligence and beauty. Yeah, when I shine, you shine, Goddess Gang. And did you get your goddess wings yet? Try out that filter as soon as you can. Shout out to Lettucey in the building. I just so appreciate you and honor you, and I'm so grateful to have you on the project. So this next joint, we're gonna try to call a friend. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, we're going to try to bring on... I just so appreciate you and honor you, and I'm so...
Cut your phone off. Hit your camera.
We can't see you.
You can't see me?
No.
Hit your camera.
We have a special guest. Hey!
Hey, got it. Gang. Hey, I meant to turn up my little crazy background back there, but I forgot. But anyway, hey, sis.
Hey. Yay, we have our special guest, Dynasty, amazing MC, actress, just thinker, intellectual, just brilliant all around individual. I need to move over a little bit so I can be... Oh, let me lean over a little bit. So I'm so happy to have you join the call, join this listening party. So happy.
There we go. Boom. I turned it off. I'm so happy to be here with you, sis. Like, I've been hyped for mad long. I've been waiting for this like everybody else. So, I've been hitting like.
I love your shirt.
Thank you. I had to find, so I couldn't find my Goddess Gang shirt. I was like, oh, this is forever.
And then we rocking the bamboos. Ow.
For you, my bamboos.
Custom sewing.
Yes. So I had to rep.
Love it.
Hey, Messiah.
Hey.
I wanted to really have you on because I remember the year that we went on tour together, you've been navigating, performing in Europe and all that. And the year that we went on tour together, Forever dropped earlier in that year. And right before you invited me to go on tour with you to Europe, Goddess Gang dropped. And, I was performing those songs in Europe for the first time. And we experienced that together. We experienced performing together.
Yeah,
I just kind of want to talk about that.
That was crazy, dropping that, and then it's nothing like when you have something new and you tour with it and you get to rock with it. And just to see all of these crowds, I mean, we were over there for almost a month. We had a bunch of shows. So between Germany, Norway, Austria, we were Slovenia, we were everywhere.
Yes.
And just look out in that crowd, and not just because we were rocking and be out in the crowd for each other, watching each other rock. So not see the ladies goddess, the dude, goddess, gang. It was just freaking magical. That experience was when we were talking about we'll never forget it. It was just really amazing. Yeah. So I'm so excited now, and it feels new for me all over having the album out. Congratulations!
Thank you.
It's
super exciting. Super exciting. Yeah. And it's funny because with this, Forever is the next track, and I feel even though we released that in 2018, I feel it's still just so relevant. I'm still hearing people talk about it, and for me, it's even just super profound. Because, as artists in this industry, we're constantly, finding ourselves seeking validation from, whether it's the media, blogs, labels, people on social media and stuff, how they receive our work and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's important to have that. And like when I wrote the song, it was really just like kind of a love letter to myself at the time, like when I was at my most vulnerable, when I was at my darkest moments. But also I wrote it for it to be a reminder of how much value not only I have, but that we have. And that don't come from nobody else outside. It comes from right in here. And like what we have to say, what we have to bring to the world, you know, is so, so valuable. And we constantly need reminders of that. Yeah.
And not just valuable, it's necessary. You know, so that's why I just beam with pride, and I just feel so good to just see you receiving, you know, the light and the shine that you deserve, because it's not just valuable, it's necessary. And even more so now, like you mentioned how it's relevant, even more so now when people are literally home with nothing to do but think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so a lot of people are being forced to get in tune with self, and, you know, with that comes, you know, a lot of reflecting, a lot, sometimes judgment, sometimes, you know, you start thinking of all of these things, you know? And that song, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I know everybody has their own stories, but that is just such an empowering song. I hit you yesterday, like sis, I just played this like 4 times in a row. Straight. That I got up this morning, I was driving to the gym. I'm like, I should listen to this whole album right now. I've been waiting for this album, but I need to hear this again to get my mind right. And it's like, you got the bars, of course. You go on bar for, it's just a masterpiece. You know, bar for bar, the cadence changes, but just like you put your heart on that song. And I think for men and women alike, it's just, it helps, you know, for me, it makes you pause for a moment and remember like who you are, and I'm not my scars, but these have shaped me, and here's how it's shaped me positively, and this is who I am. You know, to just take a moment and sit with that and be okay. And if I can, like, you know, while we were on tour, you know, that song, like watching you do that song every night and just watching the audience's reaction and the way, like, people were out there like, you bitch. Like, it's such a moving song, you know, and I did good for the tour until we got, I don't even know if that was towards the end of the tour, but when we were in Berlin, y'all. Sis want to do the song, I'm in the front row. Then you want to be like, and Dynasty, you know, I just want, I'm like.
You know, we some crybabies. We emotional.
I was like, I'm not gonna. We had like 700-800 people there. I was like, she's not about to make me cry. I have not done it. She is not about to do this in front of all these people. And straight waterworks, you know. So I appreciate.
Can you lean to your left a little bit?
Is your left or your right?
Right.
My right.
Yeah. We'll see in a minute. But go ahead.
Is that better?
Oh, okay. Yeah, man.
So yes, just thank you. Thank you for, I know how long I know what has gone into this project. I know how you've, you know, put your heart into it, and you've listened to things. And I remember being with Messiah and us being like, no, that's good. And you'd be like, well, I don't know. I just feel like, it would be like, oh, you know, like, until you were really, really ready with it, and to just see it, like, it's brilliant. You're brilliant. Super dope.
Likewise.
I hope you're taking it in. I hope you're taking it in and just enjoying.
Thank you. I am. Moment. It feels incredible. It feels incredible. And like I've said to you before, it means it's especially important to hear you say that, because I have so much respect for you as an artist and what you bring to the table, and the vulnerability you bring to the table, and the brilliance that you bring to the table. So it's amazing. I love to, you know, be a reflection of your light. And when we going to Europe again?
I know. As soon as I open that, they need to know that tour was like, it was so special.
It was so amazing.
It was fun. We had sisters. We never spent that much time together. Like, you were always in Atlanta. I was either Tampa, LA, somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So we never got to spend that much time together. And I think just to be together on tour and getting those myths out of here that women don't get along.
Yes.
It was literally each night. So what you want to do? You want to open? You want to close?
Right.
You want to go first?
You want to go first? All right.
You want to set it off? You want me to set it off? I bet. And then to be out there with the crowd, watching each other and giving each other that energy.
Yeah.
Every night, guys, yeah. And you out there spitting my stuff and, eating, doing makeup tricks, shopping.
Exactly. Going to Sephora. Yeah.
Sephora. It was really, really, really special. So yeah, I'm looking forward to us getting back out.
Yes, me too.
Again, for sure.
Me too.
And you I get to watch you do all these new joints.
Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you could join. I know it was a little later than we expected, but your energy is
all good.
So welcome.
You enjoying the concert.
Oh, appreciate it. So we about to do this. We about to do Forever Live. So it was important for me to bring you on to kind of like introduce that because you saw it in its earlier stages. So performing that in its earlier stages. So yeah.
Well, I'm about to turn it up in here and go get ready to dance and wild out.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you, sis.
All right, thank you so much. Love you.
Later.
That was my girl. Love her so much. Please check out her whole catalog if you're not familiar. If you are familiar, check it out again and again and again because she's amazing. Your girl DY on social media, Dynasty on streaming platforms. So we're about to do Forever, y'all. I feel like I've talked about this a lot, but this song is really about being okay with yourself, being okay with the quote unquote imperfections in this world that has these unrealistic standards that they would like us to aspire to. It's about knowing that the only validation you need comes from yourself because you are just so amazing in your own right. There's no need to compare yourself to anyone because no one can occupy the space that you occupy. You came here with your own unique frequency and signature, and that's a beautiful thing, and it's amazing, and it deserves to be celebrated. Even if they don't celebrate you, you celebrate yourself because we appreciate you, we see you, we love you, and hope that you find those that same love within yourself. This is Forever. You better shine on them, baby, you a star. When I wake up, no makeup, half naked, I feel like I'm the shit. Pardon my language, but hang-ups do not define the kid. No, I'm not flawless, I'm scarred up and I'm fine with it. My body are the laundry list of all of life's unkindnesses, but I still sip tea and chant ohms and flip free, cause hardships and heartbreaks turn to rap epiphanies. Mom told me stay woke, cause all gold ain't glistening. Choose your words wisely, cause the all-knowing's listening. But no worries, I'm Gucci, my thighs are little juicy, my dialogue little awkward, my idols still move me. My life is a movie like Raheem and Mookie. I'm just trying to do the right thing, hope that it improves me. My bamboos are custom to me, you'll be soon accustomed to me. This the moral I got royal hemoglobin coursing through me, and my strength is now inhuman. I get that straight from my own me, shining silver from off the grill of yours and truly. You better shine on them, baby, you a star. You better be exactly who you are forever, cause they gon' try and change your heart. Don't let up, cause you so damn. You better shine on them, baby, you a star. You better be exactly who you are forever, cause they gon' try and change your heart. Don't let up, cause you so damn fine just the way you are. I ain't get here overnight. I was in that mirror like 4 or 5 times a week on my mind to beats, reciting affirmations like holy rights, and still don't know everything. But I guess confessions from 8x11s and studio sessions seem like it's only right. And trust me, this my therapy, fuck your couch. Finna murk all these Murphy types, funny styling me. Shut your mouth, touch me, I'm slaughtering crews, squads, goons, teams. The queen is coming to rule your region, coming for all of your assets plus your house. I ain't always have it in me, no tolerance for pretending. I was 14 years old, forcing pills down my throat so my baby fat diminished. Still got these scars from cutting my wrist when I thought the life was finished. Now they remind me what my lows look like, now I know the sky's the limit. Okay, never claim to be perfect, that's an impossible dream.
I'm just saying that I'm worth it. That's the responsible thing. Spent half my life trying to find my light from outside sources, while the only voice that mattered came from me. Say,
you better shine on them, baby, you a star. You better be exactly who you are forever. Cause they gon' try and change your heart. Don't let up. Cause you sure shall fight just the way you better shine on them, baby, you a star. You better be exactly who you are forever. Cause they gon' try and change your heart. Don't let up. Cause you sure damn fight just the way you
when Rock go in, she too aggressive, that's too masculine. And her content little too obsessive, just relax a bit. She say she God is narcissistic, just the facts of it. Nah, I don't really F with female rappers, that's just sacrilege. Glad I learned early not to internalize every ink up. Daddy told me with every opinion there comes a sphincter. And they would rather see them thoughts than popularize the thinker. While them lying archetypes is chasing cat, them trying to sphinx her. Rap rebels can caramello apparel, mainly vintage. Meryl composed the warriors, so every verse became a vengeance. Went through too much hair to not be fine, but they still feigning ignorance. So now I came to collect my just due with remaining ventures. Maybe I'm a star without the flash fame of Fenty. Came out the dark, lit up the entire game upon my entry. Kept it 100, messed around and gained another century in this. Now I'm aimed to pop off till my mental chamber's empty. I'm unbothered, your standards is irrelevant. I might F around and rock a body, all just for the hell of it. They've been trying to martyr me for ages cause my melanin. Now I'm soaking UV rays, but shaking slathered on my abdomen, my dude. I'm magic, my games, God is my mood. It's savage, that's games, kindness my mood. And mountains, my range, astonishing.
dangerous. Sonnets like rain and comets, they blazing. Trails through planets or hell, it's kind of amazing.
That's right, we'll call it self-love. Discovered I was doping in jokes like I'm skill drugs. And you can call me arrogant if that's gonna help love. But if you trying to knock me down, your demolitions fell, bruh.
You better shine on them, baby, you a star. You better be exactly who you are forever. Cause they gon' try and change your heart. Don't let up. Cause you so damn fine just the way you are. You better shine on them, baby, you a star. You better be exactly who you are forever. Cause they gon' try and change your heart. Don't let up. Cause you so damn fine just the way you are. You better shine on them, baby. You better be exactly who you are forever. Try and change your heart. Don't let up. Cause you so damn fine just the way you better shine on them, baby, you a star. You better be exactly who you are forever. Cause they gon' try and change your heart. Don't let up. Cause you so damn fine just the way you are.
Thank you. Forever. So damn fine just the way you are. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're going to move into the next thing. I'm doing another live performance. This one is called 40 Acres. We are for reparations all 2020 and beyond, y'all. Look. Hope I get it.
I'm back like I never left. Should've been first of my class, but I second guessed. Third eye got my little dry spell wet to death. And now they thirst for this holy drip. Guess I'm blessed. Bang. Imagine being underrated. Most undefeated rhyme raider on your plate is gender unrelated. Wanna put the rock in a square box. When I pop the question, who better than that? Don't come debate it. Cause I'm young, black, and gifted, blood. That's the type of traits make you a statistic, blood. First they chuckle, then they copy your existence, blood. But I'm bespoke, DNA patterns encrypted, blood. That's black gold and monster moose bricks. Sahara desert glow has scarfed with a loose stitch. Politicking off the coast of Amalfi with two hitters spitting gunpowder, eating a Moroccan coasters, got?
Tell the sound man, get the levels up. It's 40 and a mule, time to settle up. I ain't in the mood for the small talk case. Since the grind popped off, I ain't letting up. Tell the sound man, get the levels up. It's 40 and a mule, time to settle up. I ain't in the mood for the small talk case. Since the grind popped off, I ain't letting up.
District drawn to risk the dawn. With something silly, precious, super hit sticks is glowing. I'm in a deep state of mind, a Dalai Lama inclined. Plan to overthrow the oval in the system's dawn. They tryna send some me in study on 100. Name a shot to make sense. I'ma be the most wanted. Wanna send for me? Got the century on that hunt. With the rock sounding like a flippin' symphony, son. Pen is my weapon of choice, either that is a sword. Either way, I take my point and leave you mad and destroyed. I wage war with every subpar competitor. Better learn my bars before battles, keep my daggers deployed.
When I watch TV, and I see all them people in all them fine homes they live in, and all them nice cars they drive, and I get all full of ambition. Now you tell me what I'm supposed to do with all this ambition I got.
But they don't want me to win it though, what a surprise. And they don't like you to win so they can cut you to size. But what's a small X to a redwood? I'm good on the Grammy, but love it or more, some put it surprise. I'm trying to hike the cliff so I can put my sisters on. Me and this mic just might be tired, means the grip can join. Took 11 years of spitting at God level, now that merch table stacking blue faces, that's that Krishna coin. Build generational wealth like trust funds. Goals are rosewood in the flows construction. If I get an everybody coming with me +1. And on that note I'ma end it, no more melodies, just drums rock. Tell the sound man, get the levels up. It's 40 and a mule, time to settle up. I ain't in the mood for the small talk. Ace since the grind popped off, I ain't letting up. Tell the sound man, get the levels up. It's 40 and a mule, time to settle up. I ain't in the mood for the small talk. Ace since the grind popped off, I ain't letting up. 40 and a mule. Yeah. So, are we? What we doing? We're gonna see if we can bring another special guest on. We got 2 more songs to go. Thank y'all for rocking with us, riding with us, feeling the music, giving your feedback, supporting. I really appreciate y'all. We're gonna see if we can get our next guest on the line. Skype video music be dope. Okay. So not yet. So we are going to move on to the next joint. This next joint is a song with Chronix. He is an artist out of Jamaica. Brilliant, amazing singer, super duper talented. I was really blessed to have him on the track. This song is really about the artist's journey. It's really about defeating naysayers and insurmountable odds to achieve success, and despite of the barriers and the obstacles in your way, and people who are doubting you. And so I thought it was real special for him to be on the track. He came up with his verse, and it was amazing. So Dark Horse, y'all. This is more than just a portrait of my cerebral cortex. It's a mural of my devotion. Took a couple years to develop my instinct. Now I'm hunting every scent, leave the carcass at your doorstep. They give me an inch, bet I'm taking 40 acres for my kingdom and tell them it was a cinch like a corset. Funny part is the same people died on my drive, headed for my lane. Ain't that shit ironic, Mrs. Morrison? They don't know I've been through it. Probably want my influence hit them hard, leave them struggling with the emotions. And if every tear I cried was measured or verified, y'all would be treading water in my azure ocean. So I chop in portion, need tumultuous memorizing the sound bites, so y'all consider digest every morsel. I want every gem I drop to engage them, so I act, y'all consider the submission a proposal.
I've been banging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. We've been trotting on this long and lonely road. So long, it's time I finally get my victory now. Oh no, they can't deny my strength no more. Oh no.
It's like my confessional, the way I release these feelings. I don't trust a lot of folk and they only preach as killers. Maybe I'm a bit elitist, but my ink is peerless. Want my thesis chiseled on the stone reliefs in Venice, my goodness. I'm a real strong contender in this. They tried to count me out, but I'm the sum of all fears, extenders endless. Family members got their freedom through amendments in this industry. Stood out in my constitution for penicillins. What a shock, got a gift, out of gap, and my nap for the glyphs. Got them grit, bill a bag, just relax. No dick, shit of tips, all the cash, spit the hacks, on the wax. Get my fix for the grab, every strand of my DNA branded champion. Call it vanity, all of my candidates handsome. Indie man, cause I made all my tragedies anthems. Put the plan and emotion and vanish, phantom.
Been banging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. Trotting on this long and lonely road. So long, it's time I finally get my victory now. Oh no, they can't deny my strength no more. Oh no.
I never lied, I'm a certified god of this. Try and refute it, verse immaculate regardless. And every audio release, I'm emitting his ear piercing. Send my point of view straight through your cartilage. My boss is cartilage, temple of Carnic Bill. Your faves could never, they don't have the stones to spar with sis. They used the verses about the cat, well I'm a spawn of Black Panthers. Rip through any track, leave every letter scarlet. Ashanti Gold Coast embedded in my scrolls. Broken English, a residue of transatlantic cargo ships. Got a dark past, will never see the light, cause they dying to crucify me for a modern day Ascarius. Compromise that in the card, they drawing the blank. Cause I'm so cutting edge and all these imposters of the brain. My vision changed my career, may cost you yours in the blank. Cause I'm the rock last one from out the warrior rank.
I've been banging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. Trotting on this long and lonely road. Oh yeah, so long it's time I finally get my victory now. Oh no, they can't deny my strength no more, no more. Hey, through the fire, through the rain, east, some retire, we still remain, yeah, we rising higher. Build we name, yeah, call the choir, make we sing the praises to highly high. The king so great, Jah give me life, you can keep the fame. And them hyping up, we no hype with them. If you like Khaled, can't deny with strength.
Crazy, crazy. We're gonna try to get our next and last special guest on the phone. So, fingers crossed. That Skype music be hitting. All right, so we're gonna before we do the last one, we're gonna I guess answer some questions. Should we do that? Okay. Sage Ray said, what was the most challenging track to complete? I would probably say Lay It Down. I think that was the most kind of heartfelt and emotional for me to share and write about and divulge. So when I first recorded that song, I would like well up with tears every time I heard it, because it was some really trying times in my past that I was speaking about in that song. And it's hard to lay it all bare, to let it all go, lay it all down, put it on the table. It's challenging. And that's part of why, things take a little longer, because you're really putting out telling real stories and putting out real challenging stories. So challenging music or content. So let's see. R. Cricket Screen Print says, please put out some instrumental wax. You gotta talk to that man over here. Talk to Soul Messiah. See what he's talking about. Daniel McCabe, Sa-Roc, do you have a book list? I don't have a book list, but some of my favorites are probably Open in the Spirit by Caroline Shola Arewa, Parable the Sower by Octavia Butler, I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, Beloved by Toni Morrison, Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, The Color Purple by Alice Walker, a lot. Oh, The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. God, talk about eviscerating work. So many. It's kind of The Salt Eaters by Tony K. Bambara. And I'm a super closet but not so closet Stephen King fan. So The Talisman by Stephen King and Peter Straub was one of my favorite books. That's one of my guilty pleasure joints. So let's see. Nicholas Jones, you have a rap flow voice that doesn't sound like your speaking voice. Who are the influences behind that flow? I don't have any influences behind my rap voice. Y'all gotta understand that the voice is an instrument too. And it is, you can play around with tone and texture and all of that the same way you would a wind instrument or a percussion instrument. And just because I speak in a higher register doesn't mean that I always speak in this register. When I'm recording, sometimes at 2:00 in the morning, my voice is deep as hell. And when I answer the phone, sometimes when I'm not feeling it, my voice is deep as hell. So it just really depends. I have no influences. My influence is me, in terms of the sound of my voice. I mean, but appreciate the question. Let's see. Nakia Rideout said, Sa-Roc and Odyssey collab, please. I would love to do something with Odyssey. That's the DMV homie. That's like truly the homie. Alice New Moon, peace, Sa-Roc. This is Alice in Denver. My granddaughters and I attended your concert in Denver right before COVID. You are amazing and an upliftment for people everywhere. I'll be purchasing this album for my girls in the morning. Aw, thank you. It was so beautiful to meet you and your girls. She brought her granddaughters to the show, and they were right in the front to the Rhapsody show, and it was really, really dope. They were so sweet and excited to be there, and I got to take a picture with them and everything, but that's just like, it's so much confirmation that I'm doing the right thing, you know, when I see these little girls just happy and, you know, sitting right there watching me and hearing what I have to say. Collab with A$AP Rock. J Poppy said that. Quiet as it's kept. Quiet as it's kept. That's all I'm gonna say. And then what else? Favorite. So it's Paulina Villanueva said favorite star system. I'm gonna get back to you on that one. Let's see. What we got? Okay. So we're gonna go to the last song, y'all. This last joint is called, Lee Stokes, before we get into that, she says, how do you take care of your voice on tour and recording? On tour, I stay with throat coat tea and ginger honey tea. I stay with it. Like when I was on tour on Rhapsody, I bought them a box because it's just so necessary. And then I have learned that I have to spit in certain registers in order to protect my voice. That's another thing to the person who asked that question about my voice. When I was rhyming in my natural speaking voice, my voice would always go hoarse because I was straining it. It was too high in order to get the depth and the timbre that I needed to rap. Like it was straining my voice. So I adjusted to a lower register that was more comfortable for me. And so that's one of the other things that I do. I'm mindful of that. I'm mindful that I'm not straining my voice and adjusting when I feel like I'm going out of my comfort level. And Manuka honey cough drops. Yes, so necessary. So we're going to do the last joint. This one is called Grounded, super duper special. This song it just really talks about being grounded in your foundation, grounded in your roots, and not being privy to or not being moved or affected by, artificial validation or likes on Instagram or, all these things that don't really matter. Because at the end of the day, you have to face yourself in a mirror, and it matters what you see in the reflection, not what anybody else does, because that can be fleeting. So grounding yourself in who you really are and, dictating that on your own terms or by your own terms. I'm not always going to be right, but I'm always going to be right about me. I'm not always going to be all right, but I'm going to get back on my feet. Knowing that, having that certainty is a beautiful thing.
I know it's gonna be right, but I'ma be right about me. I know it's gonna be alright, but I'ma get back on my feet.
Forever seem like a long time coming. Lines of sight blurred, except for these poems I summon out the roof of my trapping off the floor of my stomach. Got my prayers stacked just in case my soaring start plummeting. One of these days I'ma get all of me. Honesty always thought I was an oddity. Heart on my arm beating harmony with the sinners. Gods and all the descendants. Marvel at dead devils, they cage with no public defenders. I winter in linens and summer in caramel fleece. Gotta keep them on their toes in case the carousel cease. Cause the second I switch up the broken record, my bread is stop rising regular like I failed to add yeast. And the gram want a pound of your flesh for the networks. Caught up on them validated checks, call it net worth. Stories given pieces, got them feeding off an excerpt. Are you out of best parts? Are you fight away just like a desk clerk did it? I admit it, kept the aura light hidden. Now I shine on A, click and shun them all of my rhythms. Cause I'm brand little more than just a glorified prison. Understand I was always more than meet your eye vision, that's free.
I know it's gonna be right, but I'ma be right about me. I know it's gonna be alright, but I'ma get back on my feet. And that's the way it is. You can't tell me nothing. You might like an image, but you don't really love me. I got too much in me for you to take it from me now. That's how I learned to be free.
I was on my humble. They say that pride go before the fall. Watch a lot of rookies stall, ran relays before they crawl. Back then, every verse I started gave me momentary pause. Masterpieces lapsing at your feet between my jaws. I was worried how the world might view me through their lens. All the negatives developing me. Image made me cringe. Used to fire cannons out my mental chambers on a whim, but I could barely find the sparks that I kept flaming with the pen. Then I said, fuck it. Might as well just make it public. If they can't rock with the ugly, right along with cute, it won't get published. I'm the seed of ethnic queens, the Herculean strength hit up the skies. Fought too many of them, suckle dry, discarded, husked, lied. Hit me like a slow bullet, Sade, I do surrender. I was born into some G shit, learned to shoot with full cylinders. Drew that power on my blood and won the globe of loose syringes. Cause my spirit been ignited, y'all might get stuck diffusing embers. Y'all gon' get it all. Power in that pain too. And never really loved the sun till I saw what that rain do. And it's becoming clear to me that every line don't have to have an angle. Rather inspire the truth and entertain you. And that's free.
I know it's gonna be right, but I'ma be right about me. I know it's gonna be alright, but I'ma get back on my feet. And that's the way it is. You can't tell me nothing. You might like an image, but you don't really love me. I got too much in me for you to take it from me now. That's how I learned to be free. I know it's gonna be right, but I'ma be right about me. I know it's gonna be alright, but I'ma get back on my feet. And that's the way it is. You can't tell me nothing. You might like an image, but you don't really love me. I got too much in me for you to take it from me now. That's how I learned to be free.
And that was Grounded. And that is the end. We have come to the close, the perfect ending. When we talk about progression and personal journeys, ending that journey or coming to a phase of that journey, being rooted and secure in who you are, despite a world trying to sway you, despite a world trying to shape you, reshape and remold you and try to get you to conform to their dictates and standards. And just ending on that note, the importance of being grounded, the importance of being true to yourself, being true to your voice, true to your word is so important. So that is the Sharecropper's Daughter. I hope you love it. I hope you continue to love it. I hope you share it with your family, friends, and anybody else that you think needs to hear it. We trying to change the landscape of this hip hop thing, y'all. So I want to answer some final questions. Someone said when I'm coming back to DC or close, DMV or close for a show. When everything open back up. I mean, I don't know. We're going to see next year, hopefully. But when I do a tour for this album, I'm for sure coming to DC. Gotta hit the hometown. Same for Nicole McKinnon when we will be returning to Los Angeles. I'm sure when we do the Sharecropper's Daughter tour, I will be hitting Los Angeles. So just stay tuned for when the world opens back up. Someone asked, Taniwa08 said, have I ever read An Unkindness of Ghosts by River Solomon? Great sci-fi about healing trauma and ancestry. I have not, but I'm definitely going to check it out. I love sci-fi. for sure. Kyle Sutherland, what's your favorite style of martial arts? I don't have a favorite style. I'm not really into martial arts like that. Funny story, my parents put me and my sister in karate when we were in elementary school, and everybody had to fight one another. And the day that we had to fight one another, we had this real mean, gruff karate teacher who really shouldn't have been working with kids, but that's for another day. But anyway, so we had to fight, and we both burst out crying because we were like, no, I don't want to fight my sister. And then we stopped being in karate class after that. But I don't have a favorite. Latoya Ames said, will all your next albums also come out as waxes? For sure. Like, that's the new wave for me. I'm not doing nothing else unless it's on wax, homie. I love wax. Like, that's so special. It could be a collector's item. And I loved when I was a kid, like pouring through my parents' waxes and putting the needle on the wax and hearing that crackle. It's just so special. So, of course, I think someone said it's almost 5 years to the day of your release of Gift of the Magi. Big ups and congrats. Thank you. What insight have you learned since then, and what would the now Sa-Roc tell the then Sa-Roc 5 years ago? Don't be afraid to open up, you know. Don't be scared to dig into those personal moments and turn it into something melodic and something beautiful that people can relate to. Because that's the part of it. That's the part of the healing. That's the part of the growth as an MC, to be able to, it's one thing to be able to just, do the rap shit and like talk your talk. And that's easy, I feel like. But when it comes time to dig and craft those experiences into stories and then into songs, like, that's where the growth happens. And I think I was always kind of afraid to do that before, and now I know that I'm capable of it. I know that it's necessary. So that's what I would tell myself. Dig deep. Don't be afraid to dig deep. Let's see. I think that might be it. I hope I got everybody's questions. I'm thankful and grateful for y'all for joining, for staying up. Listen, this is a labor of love. We have the wax and we have the CD here. Shout out to Rhymesayers once again. Shout out to Alex Everson for creating this beautiful design for the album. And if y'all didn't know, that the wax is super special. The wax is super special because there are inscripted affirmations on the wax. Like, that's how deep this goes. The inside has a gold foil effect, and there's a lyric booklet for both of them. So if you haven't gotten it yet, please, yep, look at that. So beautiful. If you haven't gotten it yet, please cop it when you have the funds, when you have the chance. And it also comes with a digital download with the album, so you can listen to it on your favorite devices and stuff, as well as play it on your record player. Because again, this is the movement of the people. We're relying on y'all. We appreciate y'all. I can't do this without y'all. We can't create this music. We can't sustain ourselves without y'all. And so thank you for staying up with us. I know it's past some of y'all's bedtime. I know I'm about to make me a plate when we get finished. But yeah, and I have merch too, if you guys haven't seen that. I got that Goddess Gang flag. Got the new Sa-Roc merch at sarocthemc.com. So please, if you ain't got those, cop those. Stream, listen, share. It's been an incredible and magical experience. I'm so glad to be able to share it with you, and hopefully we can share more along the way. Thank you. Peace, love, infinite light.
Dear white people, I am not your Negro. Yeah, black people, y'all just got your hero. All these rap demons, I'm about to depot. Me and the side of my ATLian alter ego. The Queen of Sheba and Musa Keita, producer heater. Salute your teacher, my newest seed is a future leader. A testament of my evolution to excellence. To be or not to be human, that's what the question is. I'm still the answer regardless. Rappers is moving targets. Acknowledge me as the smartest passenger moving forward. My little sister bars blast like Kalishnikov. Just because heavy bass dance like Barishnikov. The sound pierced like bullets and swords from a nation under attack like bulletin boards, and I'm repping the foundation to the fullest, of course. Today another life was lost and it could have been yours. Whether in Colorado or Collie Park, you but a mile apart from the sharpness of my remarks. The black oligarch making weaponry out of art. My supplier, soul messiah, told me we gotta talk. I walk through the dark. Now do I roll deep or do I hold heat? Now am I laid back or a control freak? Rocking the crown gilded in gold leaf. I'm from a place where the people dream but don't sleep.
You are now tuned in to the classics. This fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glasses. You are now tuned in to the classics. This fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glasses. Look, I don't wanna keep this dialogue alive, but they still don't know I'm out for blood, I'm not surprised. I keep my fangs well hidden behind a model smiles. And this tyrannical grammar stay italicized by design. I'm emphatically beast over every domain. I surveilly pray in states of paralysis with my rabbit eyes. And me and thought together, portrait of your worst fears. The darkness come to light when two leviathans is fraternizing. My stock splinted from God's innards to moral cynicism, till every mob within yards beyond penitence. Squad minute from meanest demeanor and Lauren lyrics. We broke God dinner tables and squat like Solange. Titular album, homie, I'm scripture embodied. Holy 16, so the fiend to redeem a picture of pious quoting my verses like I'm second coming. That's just one way that I've been heard described. I'm old bottle of Corso Tupac, and the causes all eyes on me when I occupy space immersed in white. Cause I'm lit like a 7-day. My third eyelid stay wide open like it's broken. It's unsettling. It's a high risk going up against my pedigree. It's black thoughts and rock the ibis in his pedaway. You are now tuned in to the classics. This fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glasses. You are now tuned in to the classics. This fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glasses. The atom split a dogmatic, enigmatic figure. Dwell in shadow, then emerge when my genetics triggered. The sleeping giant, the ether supplier, keep them wired. So when every verse hit this circuit, you make repeat required.
Who fired a live round out of the cartridge? The foul words written on parchment. High and exalted, police and fire department, main culprit. A glimmer in the eye of the target, the mind of a marksman.
The word source was preferred source of that black magic. The same orifice that famed voiceless and spat acid. The dream eater, the green reaper, 16 killer. The sonic boom with an MC and Elohim meter.
The cipher, the grim reaper, the gatekeeper, the late creeper, the street sweeper, that think deeper, the complete speaker, the Svengali. Went from reefer in the alley to freaking with a Somali on the beaches of Malawi. Now we the luminary, the heavy pituitary. Knew it very early on. I be the legendary, hottest inside of my vocabulary, contemporary. Personally autographing every obituary for y'all.
Fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glasses. You are now tuned in to the classics. This fine art leaders work to the masters. Ain't met a man or woman yet, cause it passes. Cheers to the slaughter era, bow your head and raise your glasses. The Black Renaissance. first of my class, but I second guess. Third I got my little dry spell wet to death, and that ain't thirst for this holy drip. Guess I'm blessed. Bang. Imagine being underrated, most undefeated rhyme raider on your playlist, gender unrelated. They wanna put the rock in a square box. When I pop the question, who better than I? They don't come debated. Cause I'm young, black, and gifted, blood. That's the type of traits make you a statistic, blood. First they chuckle, then they copy your existence, blood. But I'm bespoke, digging they patterns encrypted, blood. That's black gold and monster moose bricks. Sahara desert glow, head scarf with a loose stitch. Politicking off the coast of Amalfi with two hitters, sipping gunpowder, eating a Moroccan coast dish, God. Tell the sound man, get the levels up. It's 40 and a mule, time to settle up. I ain't in the mood for the small talk, hey, since the grind popped off, I ain't letting up. Tell the sound man, get the levels up. It's 40 and a mule, time to settle up. I ain't in the mood for the small talk, hey, since the grind popped off, I ain't letting up. District born, two wrists to dawn, with something semi-precious, super hit sticks is glowing. I'm in a deep state of mind, a Dalai Lama inclined, plotting to overthrow the oval in the system's dawn. They try to send some me in study on 100, name a shot, makes sense. I'ma be the most wanted, wanna send for me, got the sentry on the hunt, with that hot sounding like a freaking symphony shunt. Print is my weapon of choice, even that of the sword. Either way, I take my point and leave you mad and destroyed. I wage war with every subpar competitor. Vet all of my bars before battle, keep my daggers deployed. They don't want me to win it though, what a surprise. And they don't like you to weigh until they can cut you to size. But wish a small axe to a redwood. I'm good on a Grammy, beloved of Morrison, Pulitzer Prize. I'm trying to hike the cliff so I can put my sisters on. Me and this mic just might be Siamese, the grip conjoined. Took 11 years to spit in God level. Now the merch table stacking blue faces, that's that Krishna coin. Build generational wealth like trust funds. Goals arose within the flows, construction. If I get an A-bite, coming with me, +1. On that note, I'ma end it, no more melody, just drums, rock. Tell the sound man, get the levels up. It's 40 and a mule, time to settle up. I ain't in the mood for the small talk, hey, since the grind popped off, I ain't letting up. Tell the sound man, get the levels up. It's 40 and a mule, time to settle up. I ain't in the mood for the small talk, hey, since the grind popped off, I ain't letting up.
Bounce band, the supreme. Bounce band, the supreme.